Concerns kept building.
Okay, and we'll come back to that in a little bit. You were questioned about your direct knowledge of Blaine's drug from 2024. Have you ever in your entire life?
Stutzman County District Court is now back in session this August 17, 2026. Time is now 1:52 p.m. My name is Nick Thornton. We're back on the record in Williams v. Hare, 47-2023 DM 50. Parties present, attorneys present. Courtroom door is open. We're live streaming today's event. Live stream YouTube channel, public proceeding. Apologize, folks, for the delay. Talk about rescheduling for witness test the rest of the schedule for today. So we're not going to finish today. That's clear. Continued dates I have are both Thursdays and Fridays. I have available for the parties August 27, Thursday 8, Friday, September 17, Thursday and Friday, September 8.
My August 27th just opened up this morning, so I can do it then.
Yes, I know why your August 27 opened up, which is why I'm offering it. Okay, how about the other 3 dates I gave you?
27, 28.
Site camp?
I am available 7.
Spada. All right. So I'm going to tell the parties that we'll continue the evidentiary hearing on September 7th. No, there are parties who are traveling. How soon or how early in the morning? I want to make sure we're done. Whenever I schedule it, I want to make sure we're done. How soon can the parties?
I'll start.
You want to start here at 8:15 or
Yep.
you want to leave the office at 8:15?
I want to be done.
Mr. Autry, that's a long drive for you.
I agree, Your Honor, but I.
All right. Spada? Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry. and I'm also okay with 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock too. I was just saying.
well, even 9 o'clock, because I have staff that have children, is something I'm cognizant of, dropping kids off at school. Like, so school session in September. So start at 9 o'clock, September 7th. We're going to talk about that too. When I set today's hearing back in April, I did not have any other responsibility. In the meantime, June, they reinstituted the juvenile drug court, assigned the juvenile drug court judge. That happens to be today. So I'll need to switch gears at about 3:45. So we're going to have about 2 hours today. I don't know if we'll finish with Miss Williams' testimony and cross-examination. Data's most likely not. So again, I apologize. When I set the hearing, I didn't have that responsibility. District assigns me the responsibility and just sort of the way it works. I apologize. I thought we would have more time. I also didn't anticipate hearings going the way they did, 1 o'clock. So apologize, but we're all likely to have to come back on September 7th. So with that, Ms. Williams, I'll have you can bring your bottle of water if you
We let the court know what
well, in light of the fact that we're going to have 2 days, do you want to do that in writing or would you prefer that we do that?
I tell you what, if I could put it on the record now and.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
So, yeah, fine. I want to know what book or what exhibit list we're talking about. So.
Yep, you can go ahead.
And Your Honor, with regards to Mr. Autry's exhibits, I have stipulated single one except parenting.
So defendant's exhibit list 247, starting at 101. There's been, make sure I understand, Mr. Autry, you intend to offer 101 to 110 inclusive and 112 and 113.
Correct, Your Honor.
And Ms. Heitkamp, you have stipulated to 101 through 110 inclusive and 112 and 1.
Correct.
Those exhibits, 101 through 110 inclusive, are now received and made part of the evidentiary record. 111 is the parenting investigators report, which is already received part of the record, the evidentiary record. And then 112 and 113, those exhibits are also received part of.
It's my understanding that we have stipulated to the admit 2, 4, 5, 9, 16, 7, 29.
Oh, okay, and that is correct, Your Honor.
Now I'm looking at the plaintiff's exhibit list. Record index 243, sure I understand.
Ooh.
And to make sure I accurately took notes here. 2 is the parenting investigators report? No, 2 is.
Well, with the exhibits that I brought, that is adequate.
A couple of.
All right, so with respect to Ms. Heitkamp's exhibits, I'll reserve ruling on any stipulation until I receive. So Ms. Heitkamp, if you have evidence, and I don't even know if we'll get to your case in chief, but if you intend to introduce any evidence on cross-examination, do that the old-fashioned way and they found.
And that was mainly.
Understood.
Your Honor, I do have our exhibit court.
Yes, thank you. Any other housekeeping matters?
Just exhibit 105 is just handwritten in there. Exhibit 105 because we made some changes to it, but other than that, first.
And 105 that's already been received. So
Correct.
105 with the handwritten.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. So 105 as handed to the clerk just a moment ago. Now, anything else for housekeeping?
Not from the defendant, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Williams, please approach. And again, I will remain under oath, placed you under oath again, test earlier this morning. Resume your seat in the witness chair, make yourself comfortable, and when you're ready, please let me.
I'm ready.
Mr. Autry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Williams, obviously Blaine is Kyson's biological father, correct? And his parental rights remain intact.
Yes,
And I think we've testified to this, but he loves his son as far as you know, correct?
yes,
And Kyson loves his father. Would you
Yes.
agree? Back in 2023, 2024, Blaine voluntarily sought treatment when he recognized he was struggling, correct?
I don't know if it was voluntary or, I don't know. Yes,
Okay.
I mean, according to what I know.
Oh, yeah, and if you don't know, that's fine. But he did go into treatment as far as you know.
Yes,
And since that time when he was clearly using illegal drugs and just starting his sobriety or just starting his treatment and stuff, would you agree there's been substantial changes from that point, at least until now?
yes,
And he's regularly exercised his unsupervised parenting time since the judgment came out 2024, correct?
yes,
And you don't know of any testing that has showed that Blaine has been using illegal drugs since 2024, have you? Or are you aware of any test results that have shown that he's been using illegal drugs?
no,
And then do you have any evidence today to suggest that Blaine's been using any illegal drugs since 2024?
no,
The parent investigator did not recommend supervised parenting time, did she?
Stand covered a lot of.
And I've got a couple more questions, John, and it is, I'm not sure, I'm just making sure I dot my I's and cover my T, cross my T's maybe. The parent investigator found that you and Chad should be more forthcoming with additional parenting time and information, correct?
yes,
So whatever disagreement you may have with Blaine's parenting style, that evidence does not establish that Kyson must be protected from his father through supervised contact, does it?
Can you say that again, please?
Do you agree with the way Blaine's parenting style?
No,
But that disagreement with the parenting style, is there any evidence that establishes that Kyson must be protected from his father through supervised contact?
yes,
Okay, what evidence is that?
the therapist stating that,
This therapist that's never met Blaine?
yes,
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Yes, I can.
Your Honor. Barb, there's a number of initial questions that Mr. Autry asked you, but a couple more, and that is, you are Erica's mother, correct?
correct,
Erica Williams.
correct,
And Erica is the child's biological mother.
correct.
And does she live with you?
No, she does not.
Are you currently,
Yes,
how are you?
I work part-time for the North Dakota Health Department's program titled Right Track, and I work on our farm.
What is right?
Right Track is a program for children birth to 3 years old, and I go into people's homes and into daycares, and I assess their child for development in all areas. So fine motor, gross motor, expressive language, receptive language, social and emotional health.
And prior to that, what was
I was a teacher in the Jamestown school system.
what grade?
I taught kindergarten for over 15 years. I taught preschool. I taught second grade and I taught third grade. And I do now. And back then I subbed from preschool through college age.
And Mr. Autry just asked you if you believed that there was a substantial, said yes. Did you mean that in legal sense of substantial change or statute?
No,
Know what that,
no, I thought he meant if there was a substantial change in Kyson since the move.
and we'll come back.
Oh,
There was also a question about your understanding whether or not Blaine could primary custody of Kyson. Was it your understanding that,
no,
was it your come back to court?
yes,
Does it concern you that
yes,
Objection, Your Honor. She has no knowledge of
Some phone.
Barb in the parent data noted her hair's record?
yes,
That concern?
yes,
Now, at the last hearing matter, you were there?
yes.
What was your of where Blaine,
In Jamestown at his parents' house
and what was your understanding of why? Besides,
because he was living in sober living and couldn't have a child there.
and you believe best.
Yes,
I want you to turn. You've got the book. Turn to. Are you there?
yes,
Okay. Do you see how at the top page, Chad?
yes, yes,
It's like the time period.
Stop, Ms. I need to clarify.
Sorry.
So exhibit book I have, make sure that the documents are identified. List has difference.
And
So-
define fine.
All right. So with that, and tell me what document I'm looking at, start asking.
Absolute exhibit 2. Define that.
Okay, remember? All right. So exhibit 2, describe what it is before we start asking questions. There has not been feel accepted on this.
I wasn't going to ask questions quite yet.
Okay. I
And
just want to make sure we're on the same page, talking about the same document.
Sure. And Barb, these are text messages at the very top. between, it says Chad, Blaine Hare, and Barb Williams. See that?
Yes.
And the very first text message to the very last one are dated August 9th of 2024 through July 17th of 2020. You see that? And you provided these text messages to Sydney Beta, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd move to admit Exhibit 2.
No objection. Exhibit 2, the text messages are received.
And at the very top of the exhibit, you're going to see numbers in bold black letter. Turn to Bates stamp 10. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. About 3/4 of the way down, there's a larger message from Blaine to yourself. And I guess for the record, I want to point out, you're the one that downloaded these, right?
Yes.
And so your messages are on the right.
Correct.
Blaine's and Chad's messages are on the left.
Correct.
And you can see how each message is either identified as Blaine Hare or Chad, right?
Correct.
Because that's how you have them saved in your.
Yes.
Okay. And so on August 22nd, 2025, at it looks like 19, Blaine messaged you and indicated, forgot to let you know at pickup that I will need you to pick up on Sunday, or pick up Kyson on Sunday from me instead of my folks dropping him off Monday morning. I know I have accommodated you this whole year by driving back and forth and drop off, but I need you to start picking him up at my town. As please pick him up Sunday in Grand Forks at 5:30 p.m. I will let you know the gas station Sunday. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that was 9:16 at night. At 8:10 the following morning, you responded and said your town is in Grand Forks.
Yes.
And is this the very first time you learned that Mr. had relocated to Grand Forks?
Yes.
And at that point, is it your understanding he had already been living in Grand Forks since 25?
Can you say that again?
Is it your understanding that Blaine had already been living in Grand Forks as of late June 2025?
Yes.
So you found out approximately 2 months later.
Yes.
Blaine said that he has been driving to your town for a year, but at that point, he had only been living in Grand Forks for, again, approximately.
Yes.
Were you surprised to learn that Blaine had relocated to Grand Forks?
Yes.
What was your understanding of why Lori and Scott Hare, Blaine's parents, were allowed to drop off Kyson on Monday mornings without Blaine being present?
Because they were allotted Sunday nights or Sundays at 4 until Monday morning before school to have time with Kason, since they're his grandparents,
What was your understanding of where Blaine was going to be on?
at the share house or at Grand Forks, depending on when it was.
Okay, so it was your understanding that he was going to be going back to Grand Forks Sunday after?
Yeah.
Not that he had to, he could have.
Right. Right.
Okay. Also, going back to this August 22nd, 2025 text message, Blaine says, please pick him up on Sunday, Grand Forks at 5. What was your understanding of when Blaine's parent?
Monday morning at 8 a.m.
And so this was the first you heard that he wanted to parent on Sunday.
Yes.
Did it concern you when Blaine moved to Grand Forks?
Did not live there, did you say?
Correct.
Yes.
Did it concern you that Scott and Lori weren't going to be a major part of the equation?
Yes.
What were you concerned about particularly?
Kason's well-being and his safety.
Did you reach out to my office?
Yes, I did.
And this was August 22nd. You were able to reach out to my office, hear Tainer, get the documents drafted, reviewed, signed, and filed by September 9th. Is that right?
Yes.
Now that September 9th affidavit concerned transfer, right?
Yes.
Why did you not at that point already right then and there request supervised parenting?
Because we were going to see how things went and how Kyson handled being in Grand Forks without Scott and Lori being involved.
Okay. And how did it go?
Our concerns kept building.
Okay. And we'll come back to that in a little bit. You were questioned about your direct knowledge, Blaine's drug from 2024. Have you ever in your entire life witnessed Blaine use an illegal substance?
No,
Has Blaine ever told you when he was using an illegal substance?
no,
And so yet you know for a fact he was in fact using illegal substance at some point, right?
yes,
Objection, yeah, like a little clarification. What kind of time frame?
Sustained.
As of 2023, you know that Blaine was using controlled substance,
yes,
but you didn't see him use those substances.
no,
Okay. You have the right to request that Blaine submit to drug tests. Is that right?
yes,
And you requested a drug test in September of 2025, right?
yes.
Did Blaine submit to a drug test in September of 2025?
I believe it was October of 2025.
About a month later?
Yes,
Did it concern you that it took him a month to get that drug?
yes,
Your Honor, I'm going to ask, please tell everybody in the courtroom to just maintain a certain level of quorum.
So I've already given Hare that warning. Applies.
Okay, so I want to go back. Did Did it concern you that it took Blaine a month to submit to a hair follicle drug test?
Yes,
Okay, why?
because we had noticed a change in how Blaine was texting us starting earlier that summer. And I had started calling around in Jamestown to try to find a place where we could ask him to have a drug test because I knew that that was something that was allowed in the judgment. So I started calling around based on his behavior had changed, and it was not consistent behavior. It was more up-down behavior. And
When you say behavior, are you referring, well, what are you referring?
the way he was talking to us in text messages and at pickups, he would avoid us. He would avoid eye contact. He would not get close to us.
And the judgment specifically states that if anyone has concerns at drop off or pick, you have the right.
Right.
There was some questioning regarding therapist statements or documents from therapy. Did you provide all of the therapist documentation and letters to Ms. Beta?
Yes, I did.
And are you aware of the fact that Ms. Beta spoke to the therapist?
Yes.
Have you made a conscious effort to keep therapists out of having to testify?
I would like to maintain Kyson's relationship with his therapist. And I feel like if he's told that she's said a lot of what he's told her, that it could cause some issue.
He might not trust.
Correct.
There was also some discussion about what is and isn't fair in terms of how much time Kyson spends with you guys versus how much time he spends with Blaine, and whether or not it's fair that he gets every other weekend. I'm not going to add up the hours because I don't like math, and you guys get the majority of the time. That is something Blaine agreed to, right?
Yes.
And for all intents and purposes, Blaine's parenting time still goes until 8 a.m. on Monday morning, right?
Yes.
Did you request that his parenting time end at 3 o'clock on Sunday?
No.
Who requested that?
I believe Blaine is the one who said 3 o'clock on Sundays. And I believe that we had talked on January 8th when we were in court that the way the judgment was written, one place said that his parenting time ended at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. But with Kyson being in school, it had to end on Sundays. It had to end. And
I'm going to stop you for a minute.
okay.
Do you mean because Tyson was with Blaine in Grand Forks, his parenting time needed to end on?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
And so do you think Blaine was appropriately looking out for Kyson's need to get to bed and get to school the next day?
Yes, when he changed from 5:30 to 3:30, that was much better for Kyson.
Okay. And so you're in agreement with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. But it's also something Blaine agreed to, right?
Yes.
How do you and Chad primarily communicate, Blaine?
Through texting and then at pickup.
Do you ever call Blaine?
No.
Do you keep Blaine and Erica informed about how Kyson is doing in school?
Yes.
I want you to turn to Exhibit 4 in front of you. Your Honor, I would exhibit.
It appears to be text messages, Autry.
Your Honor, no objection to the text messages from July 7th. We've got marked as Exhibit 4, but I'm not sure. Docket over there.
Exhibit 4 in the book, receipts have not been pre-filed.
And only to make sure that we're all in turn, date stamp 5 of Exhibit 4. Go all the way to the bottom. The last message there, 10.
Yes.
I just want to clarify the time frame.
Okay.
Now, could you please go back to date stamp 1?
Okay.
At the very top, you're going to see these are messages between Chad, Erica, Blaine, and yourself, right?
Yes.
Your messages are on the right hand, and Blaine, Chad, and Erica's messages are on the,
Correct.
and their messages would be identified by their names because that's how it's saved.
Correct.
Okay. And on August 20th, 2024, I don't want you to read the message, but could you give the court a brief overview of what this message was for?
This was a message asking, first, it was a message saying what I felt were red flags for Kyson moving on to first grade. It was some of the red flags that I, as a past kindergarten teacher, had for him. And then it is explaining or saying that he could go to a different school. That way, nobody knows he's repeating because they don't know him, so there can be no embarrassment. And then it asks for his thought and Erica's thoughts on that.
I want you to scroll to date stamp 2, September 4th, 2024. You're telling everybody on that thread that Kyson wanted to try ninja training at gymnastics. He loved it. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. And then approximately 13 days later, you're informing everybody on the thread that he saw the podiatrist, must have some issues with his toe, but you're giving them a general update about what's happening. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you testified earlier that, no, you did not tell them who the podiatrist was. Were you ever asked?
No, this was an appointment of a name I believe they gave me. So I figured they knew who they had told me.
So when you say they, who do you mean?
I don't recall if it was Scott, or no, I'm sorry, Lori or Blaine who sent that information to me on who he was seeing as a podiatrist.
And Lori is Blaine's.
Correct.
Point being, though, is that this was something that was already established prior to you receiving primary, right?
Yes.
And then I want you to keep looking down, January 24th, 2025. Are these, looks like a kindergarten report card and some other updates about how Kyson's doing in school?
Yes.
There was some notion in the parenting investigate that you make efforts to hide the name when you send over a report card. On the January 24th, 2025, my eyes are not going to be able to read that, but my understanding is that the teacher's name is listed there. Is that your understanding?
Yes, the whole thing is there.
Okay, so turning to the next page, same day you gave everybody on that thread update on search.
Yes.
I want to pay attention to February 21st, 2025 message. And in that message, he is talking to the entire thread about Kyson having nightmares and bad thoughts about Jurassic Park. See that?
Yes.
And so is that kind of your typical how you guys would go about bringing up issue co-parent?
Yes.
Turn to the next. May 29th, 2025, another report card.
Yes.
Teacher's name is listed.
Yes.
What's that picture at the bottom?
That's Parents' Day at St. John's Academy and in kindergarten. Kyson could invite his mom and dad to school for a little program at school. So that's a picture that the teacher took of them and then put in a little frame that Kyson made.
Okay, turning to the next page. Looks like you're sending more updates on schooling throughout that, right?
Yes, an assessment.
Is this an example of one of the ways you would communicate, Erica? And
Yes.
are there other times where you communicate on the thread with just Blaine and Chad, not
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
Recently, have you been communicating more on thread with just?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because when we were in the full group and when Blaine asked us to come to Grand Forks to get Kyson, and the way he was talking in the texting, Erica asked him to please talk respectfully to everybody. And then he changed over to, Blaine changed over to texting just in the group of Chad, me, and Blaine.
Okay. Why don't you go back to Exhibit 2 first? If you turn the page to Bait Stamp 2, do you see on October 19th, 2024, where you're sending a link to Kyson school pictures?
Yes.
And this is the thread with just Blaine, Chad, and yourself, right?
Yes.
Why don't you turn the page almost all the way down on November 30th, 2024? Do you see where Chad is letting Blaine know about Kyson's Sunday school schedule and what church?
Yes.
Page, sorry. Why don't you turn all the way to Bait Stamp? You see on April 12th, 2026, sent Kyson's report card. Okay. The teacher's name, do you know, did you purposely cut the teacher's name off of this report card?
No,
If you click on the picture, would it enlarge?
I don't know.
Fair enough. I want you to turn actually one page back. I missed one on Bait Stamp 21. Do you see at the very top there? Looks like Chad sent a picture regarding the Jimmy Football Summer Academy 2026. Do you see that?
Yes.
So this type of communication between yourself, Chad, Blaine, Erica, is this common in terms of how the four of you would communicate and make sure you're in the know about what's happening with school and with dentists, doctor, things like that?
Yes. That way there's a record. I can recall what I did or didn't send, or if I forgot to send something, I can look it up.
Okay. Now the judgment from 2024 required Kyson to be in therapy. Did you find Kyson a therapist?
Yes.
And why did you choose Mestry? Stephanie Mestry.
Because she was qualified and because I already go to that establishment for his sister. So it made sense.
For Aubrey?
Yes, it made sense to, if I'm driving to Fargo, to drive to one place in Fargo.
Just for the purposes of the record, Aubrey is Erica's older daughter. Is that right?
Correct.
And how old is Aubrey?
And
And how old is Kyson?
8.
And they are half siblings, right?
Correct.
And you have non-parent custody, primary residential responsibility of Aubrey, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Has yourself or Chad ever asked Blaine to bring Kyson to certain activities?
Numerous times. Excuse me.
That's okay. Take a minute.
Numerous times we told him about different activities, birthday parties, church events that were going on. And we would hand him, instead of putting it in the text messages, we would just hand it to him, give it to him. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did you ever ask Blaine to bring Kyson to certain activities?
Yes, so those were things that were going on in Kyson's life at that time, so we would let him know about it in person. And then also, like, when we asked if it would work with like the Jimmy football camp, will that work for you on your weekends as well? Because the games are on Sundays, so it would involve his parenting time. So I need to know if I should sign him up or not, because if he can't go, then there's no every Sunday or most Sundays, then it doesn't pay to sign him up. It's not fair to his team.
Has Blaine ever been non-responsive when you've asked him things like that?
Yes.
Have you ever opted to not sign Kyson up for things because you weren't sure Blaine take?
Yes, so we did not sign him up for football then. We did not sign him up for soccer. Kyson would like to play soccer. We did not sign him up for that either, because when I looked up the soccer schedule, some of the games were on weekends as well. There are some during the week games, but there's also some weekend games.
What is the process, and whether it's informal or formal, what is the process talk over the
He just sends us a text message when it works for him.
and says, can I talk to Kyson?
Yes.
Now, we'll talk about the consistency of phone calls and things like that in a bit. But for now, just for the court's purposes and just to clarify, would you be okay with picking one date, one time that it works to have phone calls between Blaine and Kyson?
Yes, as long as there can be some flexibility if the children say sign up for a sport and that sports practice is at that time that we had designated. I don't think it can be a concrete time, but during that period, or let's say there's a family birthday party that pops up that night, I wouldn't want to not be able to have Kyson be a part of that because he was waiting to take a phone call.
Okay, but provided both of you could be flexible and frankly use some common sense, it might make sense just to pick a specific date and time.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit more about Kyson. Before I forget, can you describe for the court Kyson?
Oh my goodness, they love each other. They have a very strong bond. They are tight. They're each other's rock. They're each other's best friend. They can finish each other's sentences. It's unbelievable.
You indicated that it was important that Aubrey and Kyson see each other before school on Monday. Why is that?
Both for Fridays and Mondays, the therapist had recommended that the kids check in. They call it check-in with each other. And basically what that means is they're checking in with each other on their emotions and their each other's safety so that they can then concentrate, like on Monday morning, they can concentrate on school then, versus if they don't see one another, they're wondering, is so-and-so okay? You know, if each other is okay. The first question both of them ask when they're separated, the very first question is always, where's Aubrey or where's Kyson?
Okay. And have you informed St. John's about and Erica's legal right to know what's going on, Kyson?
Yes, I gave them a copy of the judgment and where it shows in there that they're able to have paperwork sent to them and they're able to call and talk and find out information. I talked to both the principals contacted me and just said, so we just want to clarify in case one of them call, can we talk to them? I said, yes, of course.
With regards to Kyson, how was his behavior in kindergarten?
He was mostly silly and active little boy, but very polite, very polite. The teachers also said, always said, he's a very polite little boy and he's a very loving little boy.
And so that would have been 25.
Correct.
Did he ever get in trouble? Did he ever hit any swear?
He got in trouble mostly for not wanting to share or not wanting to be how should I say it? Don't use a double negative. He wanted to be first in line. He's competitive. He
Okay.
wants to be first.
And then did he go to first grade for the school year 2025 to 2020?
Yes,
How was behavior? How was Kyson's first grade?
it's declined.
Can you elaborate on that?
More aggression. The teacher told me that there's more aggression, more defiance. He's checked out more, not paying attention, not focusing.
Has the school implemented any type of system to help him monitor or rather manage his behaviors and help you monitor his behavior?
Yes, so the teacher asked if it would be okay if they could use a behavior chart for him to try to get his behavior under control and monitor his behavior. It would become a physical record of his behavior as well, so that we could monitor it and make sure that it was improving with the things we were trying.
And in Miss Beta's report, it indicates that Kyson's therapist think that things have actually gotten worse. Remember that?
Yes, and the teacher said the same thing.
When did things start to decline?
Mostly after Blaine moved to Grand Forks, and then there was another like pretty significant decline in January, towards middle of January, end of January.
And so to make sure we have you learned that at Grand Fork on August 22nd, 2020.
Correct.
Did things start to make sense about why? Might
Yes,
elaborate?
because I felt like he was more tired. Had less routine, less schedule, less monitoring, and he's a little boy who really does well with structure and with routine and with schedules and charts to be able to see things.
Now, to be fair, that would be right about the time when school's starting back.
Yes,
Summer vacation.
yes,
So is that also part of why you decided to let things sit and see how it went?
right. I was trying to give Kyson a chance to get into his school schedule, his school routine, and see if that had any impact.
And again, did things get better or get worse?
They stayed pretty steady. I wouldn't say they were declining until probably the second half of the school year.
I have in my notes, when did you learn that Kyson was dating his now wife? But I'm going to assume I meant Blaine. When did you learn that Blaine was dating his now wife?
Kyson told me that his dad had a girlfriend from California.
Were you surprised when demanded that you drive to Granton up?
Yes.
And at the time of the current judgment place, what was your understanding based on the information you had at that time about where Blaine was going to be at?
At his parents' house
And they live where?
in Jamestown,
So you guys had agreed that pick up and drop where?
at the Exxon gas station in Jamestown. Chad and I would drive to Jamestown for each pickup and each drop off. And there's a gas station in Jamestown called Exxon that is across from Pizza Ranch. And that is where we have met for the last 2 years.
And how far of a drive is that?
About 25 miles,
How far of a drive is Scott and Lori's?
maybe 2 miles. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Roughly 2 miles.
Do you think that it's feasible for either Chad drives out?
No, we also have Aubrey.
How does that?
Well, it's very hard because Aubrey can't be with for drop-offs and pickup because it's harmful for her mental health. And so the therapist has asked us to keep her separated from Blaine. And so to do that, we have to separate as a family. I work, Chad works, and our weekend is our only family time, like to go do things. And then if we're separating one of those days as well, I don't think it's fair to our family life.
Nothing further.
Redirect, Mr. Autry.
Thank you. During this morning when I was questioning you about when you knew about Blaine moving to Grand Forks, you stated you had no idea, correct?
Yes, we weren't told when until that text message.
Okay, but now you're stating that you know that he moved there in June of 2025.
No, if I said that, I'm sorry.
What is your understanding of when Blaine moved to Grand?
I don't know when he moved there.
Okay. You mentioned that the reason why you filed your first declaration was because of worried about Kyson and his well-being and safe, correct?
Yes.
When did school start that?
What year?
In 2025, the fall of 2025. Does
In
it
August sometime?
starts in August sometime? The end of August?
No. Generally it starts around the 20th or the 21st of August, in that area, 19th to the 21st.
You just testified that you waited to file anything because you wanted to see how he did in school. Is that correct?
I don't know if I said just school or in school and life. I don't know.
Do you
Don't recall.
recall testifying that Kyson was kind of declining the first part of school?
Yes,
And that your attorney brought up, well, it's the first part of school, some kids are nervous, things like that. Do you recall that?
yes.
And you stated that you wanted to hold off on filing anything to see if it had to do with more with school or if it had to do with things possibly at Blaine's. Do you recall that?
Not if it was more school, if school was causing part of the issue or not, is
Okay.
what I meant, sorry.
So school starts August 20th. You go into your attorney's office file a declaration within 19 days of school starting or approximately there, depending on when school started, correct?
Yes,
So did you really give it some time to see if school was affecting him?
there was a very distinct change in Kyson, very distinct. It wasn't minor. It was very, I would say, it was a major change in him.
When was that major change?
I don't have the exact date in my mind, but
Well, was it was it before or after he started school?
I'm going to say that it must have been probably right around beginning to mid August, maybe. We were starting to see things.
And I believe in the exhibit here, you first asked Blaine if he moved to Grand Forks. When was that date? Was it August 22nd?
Can you tell me where you're at?
Do you recall the text message that stated specifically asking if Blaine had moved to Grand Forks?
Yes.
Do you remember approximately that date?
In August sometime, maybe?
Okay. And do you recall when I questioned you a little bit about it earlier? You testified that when Blaine first asked that you guys come to Grand Forks, you said no, and that he did not have that parenting time, correct?
Okay, yes,
Is that, I mean, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, I mean, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, so during that time frame of him having school starting, Blaine's supposed to have parenting time and does not get his parenting time. That is when Kyson declined, correct?
no,
No.
yes,
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I mean, we're talking end of August to you filed your declaration September 9th, correct?
yes,
Okay, you find out Blaine's in Grand Forks, middle to end of August, correct?
yes,
Okay, you testified that towards the end of August, Kyson had a dramatically changed behavior and everything drastically went down. Is that correct?
yes, but he was very good with us still.
Okay, assuming that he was very good with you, how did you know his behavior went?
Because then when he would come back after he was with us for that period and he was very good and well behaved and a good listener and not being aggressive, when
Okay.
he went back for a visit, things were different.
Blaine did not have a visit though at the end of August, correct? You guys canceled that visit, correct?
No, I believe that was in September.
Okay. So when Blaine told you that you had to come down to Grand Forks, did you cancel that visitation? You guys said, no, we're not coming there.
In September, yes.
That was in September.
I believe that was like September 5th and 6th, if I recall correctly. I would have to look exactly, but I think it's September 5th and 6th because that was a weekend of Kyson's flag football and he was still doing football that weekend.
You stated in September of 2025, you requested a drug test from Blaine. Is that correct?
Yes,
Did you personally request a drug test from Blaine?
through our attorney, yes.
Correct. So there was nothing besides through your attorney, a request for a drug test. Is that correct?
No,
And you kind of mentioned this in the report, in the parent investigator report, but there were some issues with that paperwork and things of that nature at the beginning of this case where it wasn't served properly, and there's some different issues that popped up, correct?
what paper?
Well,
Wha-
it wasn't, the dates weren't correct on there, the notice wasn't served out, some different things that happened. I wasn't involved there. Do you recall talking to the parent coordinator about that, about how it got dragged out?
I believe so. I think there were some dates missed or a notice that wasn't filed. Can't remember. I can't remember exact details. I don't know a lot of legal information.
And I don't want to confuse with legal jargon, but I'm just trying to paint the picture. So that request was made by your attorney,
Yes,
and then there were some issues with the filing and service and different, whatever happened. But then the following month, Blaine did get that hair follicle test, correct?
yes.
So you state that Blaine let me get this correct. Your thoughts that Blaine was using illegal drugs was because his text messages were different and because he avoided you and Chad at pick. Are those the two reasons?
We were trying to decipher why there would be a change. And the drug test, the difference in behavior, a drug test would be one thing that would help us try to pinpoint what was going on.
But were those the two reasons? I mean, was there any other reasons that you know about?
What were the reasons you stated?
Well, that he was texting you differently and that he avoided you when you guys picked up. He avoided having direct contact.
Yes,
Isn't it true that over the last year or so, there's just not a whole lot of contact between you and Blaine and Chad at drop-offs and pickups? Not a lot.
yes, that's
Your testimony was that you did not bring the therapist as a witness because you did not want to interfere with Kyson's relationship with that therapist, correct?
yes. And my attorney is the professional. She knows who she wants to bring.
The judgment is something that you guys had agreed and stipulated to Friday after work or after Kyson gets out of school until Monday at 8 a.m., correct?
Correct,
And that's what Blaine agreed to, correct?
correct.
Now, since this litigation has started, Blaine has changed that to allow Sunday pickup at 3 p.m., correct?
Correct,
And you testified to that he was doing that to help Kyson directly, correct?
correct.
Does that mean that he wants to keep that schedule forever?
I have no idea what his intention is.
And the big reason for that change was because of school. You guys didn't want school or Kyson to be tired at school on Mondays, correct?
I think the change was so that Kyson could get home, get fed, and get to bed on time.
To be ready for school the next day?
Correct.
Okay. Why, now that it's been 2 months in the summer, have you guys not been able to go back to Mondays at 8 a.m.?
We were just following this court order that was on January 8th, I believe, saying
What
to follow it.
what court order and what to follow
Or
what?
maybe it's not an order. I don't know legal terminology. We were told January 8th to follow the paperwork.
The paperwork would be the judgment, correct?
Yes.
And the judgment says what?
And the judgment that we had agreed to and changed to was Friday at 5:30 to Sunday at 3 o'clock. That's what was agreed upon.
And that was agreed upon, like you testified, Blaine agreed to that to allow Kyson to be able to get rest, be ready to go the next morning.
Right?
So again, my question is, why would you not allow that to be changed during the summer?
With all of the struggles that Kyson is having, it's best to keep the time frame the way it was.
So with all of his struggles, is it your testimony that with all of his struggles, when I say his, Kyson's, let me rephrase that, is your testimony that with all of Kyson's struggles, it's better to limit his time with his dad?
Yes, if he's not being fed and if he's not getting adequate sleep, he needs proper care.
Have you offered any kind of evidence at all to suggest that Kyson is malnourished when he's in Blaine's care?
No,
Your Honor, quick question, Your Honor, did you have to be done at 3 or 3?
The court staffing starts at 3:30, so we'll finish.
Okay.
We can go right up until people start pouring in here for drug court staffing.
Nope, I will hurry through. I just want to make sure it wasn't 3 and I'm taking your time.
Nope.
Kyson, kindergarten he went to, and then he redid kindergarten at, is it St. John's?
yes,
Kyson's teacher did not say that he needed to do kindergarten, his initial teacher, correct? Say his first kindergarten teacher, when he first went to kindergarten, that teacher did not say that Kyson needs to go to kindergarten.
no, she did not.
One of these one of these text messages talked about, hey, look, Jimmy football's coming up. Kyson wants to do that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, with the limited amount of time Blaine has with Kyson, how would you expect him to drive from Grand Forks to get to Kyson to practices and games on his weekend?
I thought he was going to be in Jamestown at his parents' house.
Okay, but he's living, at that time, you knew he was living in Grand Forks.
Right, but he uses his parenting time at Grand Forks, the lake, and at Scott and Lori's. We never know where he's going to be on his visitation weekends.
So since he moved to Grand Forks, June of 2025, well, assuming that was correct, how much time has he spent with Kyson at his parents' house? How many weekends? Let's just do that. How many weekends has he spent at?
I have it written down if you'd like me to get my calendar out.
Okay. Is it more than 5?
Yes,
So since then, since he moved to Grand Forks, it's been more than 5.
yes,
Let me back that up. After the court ordered specifically that you guys were to drive to Grand Forks for pickup, how many parenting times have been in Grand Forks? Or excuse me, has he had in Jamestown? How many weekends?
again, without looking at my calendar, I would just be guessing, but don't know. I mean,
Well, let me back you up. Maybe this will help. Since the judge ordered you guys to drive to Grand Forks, has there been any parenting times that you guys went somewhere else besides?
yes, we go to Grand Forks, Fargo, or Jamestown to pick Kyson up.
Okay, so you've done that throughout since the judge's order.
Yes,
Okay, but we talked about the one time when Blaine offered to have you guys come at 4 o'clock to Fargo instead of Grand Forks at 3 o'clock, and you said that you refused that, correct?
Correct.
You testified that Kyson's therapist says that the kids should check in before they go to dad's for the weekend. So that Friday beforehand, and then also check in with each other. We're talking the two siblings again when he gets back, when Kyson gets back, correct?
Yes,
Okay, but that's a therapist that's not here today, correct?
yes.
So,
But I believe that that is in the text messages. We let them know that the therapist has recommended that
but the therapist has not let anybody or not let Blaine know that, correct?
through us.
Okay, so this therapist can unilaterally take away a parent's parenting time for this
Mayor,
check-in
I'll
process?
object. I think that missed.
Well, I don't think it mistakes, I think away, although question itself might.
I'll move on. You got time limits here.
And just to be fair, I'm not imposing any time limits on the party. Today, we have some time constraints, but if the party's 17th or whatever day, I'm going to give the parties as much time to put on the party.
No, thank you, Your Honor. I just want to take the court's time in consideration and make sure I'm asking important questions, not just bouncing around. You had testified that in August, talking that August 25th, or excuse me, back in August, fall of 2025, when he went to school, you testified that Kyson felt, or you felt that he needed more monitoring, more routine, more schedules, all of that things, and that's why you needed to file that declaration, correct?
And for his safety, well-being.
And again, all of that you took into consideration, you put all that, everything that was important in that declaration that you did on September 9th, correct?
I gave the information to our attorney and she chose what she wanted to put in the declaration.
Okay, so you did declaration in September, did another one in November,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
And neither one of those mentioned anything about safety, that being abused, he's being neglected, any of that kind of stuff. It was about changing the parenting time to allow, so you guys didn't have to travel to Grand Forks, basically, correct?
We were hoping to make the situation better with less information and less conflict because we knew the more we said, the more hostile Blaine would be.
Find it questionable that shortly after you finding out that Blaine is living in Grand Forks and that he's asking you to travel, that all of a sudden Kyson has this huge downfall, but none of it's mentioned in any of your declaration.
Can you repeat the question?
Do you find it questionable, or do you think it's questionable that you find out middle of August that Blaine has moved to Grand Forks and he's expecting you guys to go to Grand Forks, and all of a sudden Kyson has this huge downfall? I mean, you said a major, because he didn't have routine, didn't have all this, wasn't getting monitoring, all this different things. So he has this huge downfall at the beginning of the school year, and that just happens to be right after Blaine informed you guys that you have to drive to Grand Forks.
I can't help the coincidence
So it's just a coincidence?
that he had a decline. Is that what you're asking?
Correct. He had a decline right after that happened.
Without looking at my calendars, I write it all down so I could look at my calendars and I could give you more information about what happened specifically.
Is it also a coincidence then that in neither your first two declarations, all this huge downfall and all these bad things that Kyson's supposedly going through are not mentioned in those?
I gave the information to my attorney and she is the professional to decide what needs to be input.
Is there anywhere in the current judgment from 2024 that says Blaine's parenting time will be?
I don't recall if it specifically state Jamestown, but I think it's stated that he lived in Share House maybe and that
No, I'm talking.
I'm not sure.
Judgment I had you review this morning. Did it say anywhere in there that Blaine's parenting time was going to be, did it say anywhere that it had? Did it say specifically Jamestown? Did it say anywhere else?
I don't recall. I read so much. I don't recall what it specifically said.
Would it be?
I know that it's stated that it went until Monday morning and that Blaine did not need to be present Sunday night, that his parents could be there. So I
Was there-
assumed if his parents are there and if that time was allotted for his parents, I assumed that it would be in Jamestown because his parents live in Jamestown.
Anywhere in the judgment, does it say parenting time for Blaine? Anywhere?
No,
Does it say anywhere in that judgment where the parenting time will take place?
I don't know if it says at his parents' house or not.
Your first issue with the parenting time was transportation, and I've heard your attorney say it's a 6-hour round trip. I think it's listed at 5.5 or 5 something, but it's a long trip to go to Grand Forks. Do you agree?
Yes.
Why would you not agree to have extended summers for parenting time instead then?
Because when Kyson comes back to us, he has had significant steps back and we're just trying to do what's in the best interest of Kyson as far as safety, his health, his intellect, his physiological being.
So right now, Kyson is spending Fridays at around 5 to Sundays at 3 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
Do you think that is enough time for Kyson to have with?
I do when Blaine is saying things that are emotionally hurtful to Kyson about us or about the situation, or telling him that he's going to come live with him.
So again, I'm not asking you for hearsay. I don't want to hear what Kyson says. I'm asking you,
Okay,
46 hours a week or every 2 weeks for a biological dad, is that enough parenting time for him?
in this situation, yes,
And that's because Kyson's in danger when he's with Blaine?
possibly.
Have you brought any evidence today to prove that he would be endangered if he was with
Me specifically, no.
nothing?
Prior,
Tight.
sure. There was quite a bit of testimony about when you started to know. And I believe you testified that that was August-ish, August,
Right.
okay? You did not file a motion to have Blaine's parenting time be super until December 20.
Yes,
Not because you were trying to give this entire situation a chance.
yes,
Kyson's behavior and things for Kyson get much worse
yes.
between, excuse
Oh,
me,
sorry.
between August and December.
Yes,
There was a insinuation that you filing your motion coincident happened at the same time that Blaine asked you to drive Grand Forks. Did it also happen coincidentally at the same time you learned Blaine lived in Grand Forks?
yes, it had less to do with the fact that we found out he lived in Grand Forks and more to do with the fact that he was very different to us.
Do you need a reason to ask for a drug test in the judgment?
I think it just says that we have the right to ask.
Okay, so it doesn't say that you need to have 3 or 4 reasons.
No,
Doesn't say that Blaine needs to look at you funny at pickups and drop-offs.
no,
You just get to ask him for a drug.
yes,
Okay. And you did that on September 9th, right?
yes,
The court's order regarding the notice of motion was filed October 2nd. To your knowledge, was a hair follicle test ever done in that time between September 9th and October?
no.
I want you to turn to Exhibit 2, Bait Stamp 20. Let me know when you're there, Barb.
I'm there.
Do you see the message, the very first message on February 5th, 2026 at 11:08:06 a.m.? Chad, it says, I appreciate the offer and maybe we can work things out like that and that.
Yes,
This is in response to Blaine asking if you guys can be flexible, different pickup and drop off times, right?
yes,
And Chad said, I appreciate the offer. Maybe we can work things out. But for right now, the judge made it very clear that he expects us to follow the judgment.
yes,
Was it your understanding that this court wanted you to follow the judgment?
yes,
Is it still your understanding that this court wants you to follow?
yes,
All right. Have there been times where you have tried to work with Blaine on pickups and drop offs?
there's been times when it's been changed.
So if you turn to Bait Stamp 22, do you see on April 11th, 2026, where Blaine says, hi, FYI, we've decided to stay in Jamestown this weekend, so you can pick him up at my folks' house tomorrow at 5. Dad says, okay. See that?
Yes,
Dad didn't go to the Exxon station. He went to
he went to his parents' house.
thing. And so nothing further.
Time is now for certain. We're not going to get through another witness 5 minutes and drug court starts. So I am going to adjourn for today. Are there any other housekeeping matters that we need to address
Not for
before we break?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
A
Not for
second,
mine.
Spada? All right. So again, from
17th, I believe.
9 a.m. All right. Next issue is exhibit books. Do the parties want these exhibit books back for now? I know there are some that have been received and the clerks are keeping them, but I think I have a judge's copy of plaintiff's exhibits. I don't have a judge's copy of defendant.
I did accommodate, I did the clerk and judge too, so.
Okay.
I know my exhibits are all stipulated to and agreed with that in a binder right there. This we will put together a written, then the court will know exactly.
All right. So for the time being, Ms. Heitkamp, I'm going to give this to you so the clerk doesn't have double copies. So I'm returning plaintiff's exhibits, the judge's copy, the plaintiff's exhibits proposed. I'm going to leave with the clerks because they are in a binder as it sits now. But again, the defendant's exhibits have been stipulated to and received. Those are now in the clerk's possession. Clerk is also in possession of proposed exhibits from plaintiff. But again, I'm not keeping the judge's copy for now. All right. Anything else, folks?
Oh, Your Honor.
No,
All
no.
right. Again, thank you for accommodating my scheduling changes. I appreciate it. We'll see you back in
Suspension
about a
comes
month.
from what looks like a third DUI within 7. So she's still suspended in the 2nd degree. Haven't seen a subsequent offense to this one, so we believe this is an appropriate way to resolve.
Ms. Grisco, do you have any cases that are ready?
I do, Your Honor. If we could first call Miss Alina Lewis. She's on Zoom.
This is on for a pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, can you come on the Zoom call, please?
Yeah, I should have a form, I believe, we're resolving with a reduced charge of DWS 3.
There is. Ms. Lewis, can you can you come on the Zoom call, please? Unmute.
All right, hello.
Hi there. So you're here on a charge of driving with license suspended in the second degree, but then I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty, which tells me you're pleading guilty to an amended charge of driving with license suspended in the third degree. Is that your understanding of what's happening?
Yes,
You understand when you plead guilty, you give up all the rights contained in paragraph 5 of your plea form. Do you understand that?
yes,
Maximum you can receive for this is 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. City's recommended 90 days in jail with 89 suspended. Give you credit for 1 day served. The remainder will be suspended for the next 2 years on the conditions you don't have any criminal law violations, don't drive without license or insurance. Do you understand those conditions?
yes,
Do you understand I'm not required to follow that recommendation?
yes,
Anyone make any threats or promises other than what's contained in the plea recommendation to get you to plead guilty?
no,
Paragraph 11 of your plea form says, on or around April 9th, 2026 in Lacey, Washington, you knowingly operated a motor vehicle on a public highway while your license was suspended in the third degree. Is that true?
yes,
Did you review this entire form with your attorney there?
yes,
Any questions about any of it?
no,
I'll accept your plea, enter a finding of guilty to driving with license suspended in the third degree, enter a finding the plea was made knowingly and voluntarily, and we will proceed with sentencing. Mr. Sharp, anything further from the city?
And just ask the court to adopt the recommendations provided. We believe it's a pretty fair outcome considering that the suspension comes from what looks like a third DUI within 7. So she's still suspended in the second degree. Haven't seen a subsequent offense to this one, so we believe this is an appropriate way to resolve it.
Ms. Grisco?
Your Honor, Ms. Lewis is taking responsibility by pleading guilty today. Ms. Lewis has spent over 130 days in custody between Nisqually and Clark County Jail this year. She recently completed, I believe, her 98-day sentence from Clark County case. She's on probation for both of those matters for the next 5 years. She has an additional 30 days she must serve in the Lakewood case as well due to this conviction. This has been a wake-up call for her. She's getting back on the path to finish her undergraduate degree and wanting to get into early education. I've talked to her husband a few times during this process, and he's in the military and has been a great support to her and is helping her on her court matters. We asked the court not to impose any further jail time and to waive any fees and costs due to her indigency and her inability to work for the past 4 months to produce income. Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say, ma'am, at this time?
I would just like to say that again, it was a mistake. I'm trying to turn my life around and I apologize.
All right. I'll sentence you as recommended to be 90 days in jail, 89 suspended, credit for 1 day served, and for the next 2 years, don't have any criminal law violations, don't drive without license or insurance. Mr. Sharp indicated, and I see this to be true, that you're still suspended in the second degree. You're getting a big break here because a conviction for DWLS in the second degree causes an additional year suspension. So you need to be aware of that. You probably already know that, but I'm telling you that now. So don't drive till you're properly licensed, all right?
Yes,
And given that there are no affirmative conditions, I'm not imposing any financial obligations. That's it for today, ma'am. Good luck going forward. I
Thank
hope it's
you.
true when you say you turn your life around. Best of luck going forward.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to leave the Zoom call. Ms. Grisco, any others?
Yes, Your Honor. Could I call Mr. Zachary Boatwright, please? He's on the Zoom call. I think on the camera, but will need to unmute himself.
It's on for trial confirmation.
Yes, Your Honor, this will be a resolution today by a change of plea.
Is he pleading guilty to both charges or just?
Both, Your Honor.
So Mr. Boatwright, you are Zachary Boatwright?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're here on a charge of simple assault and theft. It's non-domestic violence. And I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty, which says you're pleading guilty to those 2 charges. That's your understanding of what's happening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand when you plead guilty, you give up all the rights contained in paragraph 5 of your plea form?
Yeah.
Maximum you can receive for these are 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. City's recommending 364 days in jail with 363 suspended, credit for 1 day served, don't have any criminal law violations, don't consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances without a valid prescription. You're to get a drug and alcohol evaluation, comply with whatever is recommended, stay out of all bars and taverns, have no contact with Safeway in Lacey. I think there's a couple there, so I would stay out of all Safeways in Lacey. And for the next, that'll be conditions for the next 24 months. There also might be some legal financial obligations. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand I'm not required to follow that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody make any threats or promises other than what's contained in that plea recommendation to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Paragraph 11 of your plea form says, on or around April 28th in Lacey, Washington, you knowingly and intentionally took hard cider from Safeway without paying, and then you punched an employee without consent. Is all that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you review this whole plea form with your attorney?
Yep.
Any questions about any of it?
No.
I'll accept your pleas, enter findings of guilty to both theft and simple assault. Enter findings of pleas were made knowingly and voluntarily, and we will proceed with sentencing. I'll hear from the city first. Mr. Sharp.
Thank you, Your Honor. City would ask the court adopt the recommendation as provided. I understand it's agreed between the parties. Mr. Boatwright is still quite young, born in 2005. He's currently on probation for a DUI out of Yelm. This may have repercussions there, but it's disheartening to think that a person at his age is on probation for a DUI and then stealing alcohol from the grocery store and assaulting an employee who tried to intervene in that. This, I hope, is a wake-up call for Mr. Boatwright. He's young enough that he has the advantage of being able to turn things around if he accepts that alcohol is just not a thing that should be part of his life. City believes that rehabilitation is the appropriate approach on this case. We're hoping that the court agrees.
Ms. Grisco.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a joint recommendation between prosecution and defense. I've had meaningful conversations with Mr. Boatwright, and he has shown a genuine commitment to making a positive change in his life. He has taken responsibility today by pleading guilty, and we ask the court to follow the agreed recommendation and to waive any fees and costs to his indigency. Thank you.
Mr. Boatwright, anything you'd like to say at this time?
No, Your Honor.
You know you have a warrant out of Yelm?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and then were you required to do a drug and alcohol evaluation as a result of your situation in Yelm?
Yeah.
No?
He was, I had talked to him.
I thought I heard him say no. In your Yelm
Okay, yeah.
situation, okay, did you ever do that?
No. I've not
That's
gone
probably
through
why
that
you got a warrant.
yet.
So you need to take care of that warrant. Mr. Sharp, was there any evidence that he was, I know he was stealing alcohol allegedly. Well, he's pleaded guilty now, but was he under the influence? Had he been consuming when this happened?
Moment,
Or is
please.
there any indication of that? So you're 21?
Turned to 21 on October 20th.
Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong date. So you're not even 21.
No.
What do you think about all this? I mean, you're not even old enough to drink, and here you've got alcohol-related offenses. It's getting you in trouble. Had to spend a day in jail on this one. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that SOC, stipulated order of continuance, down in Yelm. You strike me as someone who might need to make a few changes in your life. Are you up for it?
I am.
All right. Mr. Sharp?
No explicit sign, Your Honor.
Be 364 days in jail, 363 suspended, credit for 1 day served. Don't have any criminal law violations. Don't consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances out of valid prescription. Don't refuse a breath test if one is requested of you. Stay out of all bars and taverns. Get a drug and alcohol evaluation. Comply with whatever is recommended. And since you're on probation for the most serious charge down in, I'll give you 60 days to get that evaluation and get that to the probation department. You're only going to be on monitored here unless there's problems, but you need to get a drug and alcohol evaluation. It'll work for both places, both here and in Yelm. Make sure it goes to both places. If it doesn't come here, then you'll get summons back here. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know how to go about doing that, getting that drug and alcohol evaluation?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then the monitoring fee will be $120, and then there'll be $43 in court costs.
Okay.
Again, Your Honor.
Yeah, $120 monitoring fee, $43 in court costs. And start on monitored probation. That's it for today there, Mr. Boatwright. You can get a copy of this judgment and sentence off the district court website. And if we, and again, if we see that evaluation within 60 days, you'll get summons back here.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can go.
Okay. Bye.
Ms. Briscoe.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next is from Mr. Zachary Perrier. He's on for confirmation. So we have a resolution for a change of plea.
You're Zachary Perrier. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're here on the charge of DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty, which tells me you intend to plead guilty to that charge. Is that your understanding of what's happening?
That is correct.
Do you understand when you plead guilty, you give up all the rights contained on paragraph 5 of your plea form? Yes, I do. The maximum you can receive for this is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. Cities recommend 364 days in jail with 363 suspended, credit for 1 day served. You'd have no criminal law violations, don't drive without license or insurance. You're not to consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances, out of valid prescription, stay out of all bars and taverns. Get a drug and alcohol evaluation, comply whatever is recommended, and attend a DUI victims impact panel. Do you understand all that?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you understand as a result of your plea, you'll have ignition interlock requirements in terms of device and license?
I currently have one.
Okay, perfect. So that's good. And then also as a result of your plea, your license may be suspended for a period of time, or this will have driver's license obligations. Do you understand that?
Yes, I've already acquired the ignition interlock license
good.
in SR22.
You're going to start on what's known as supervised probation, given that you had another one of these quite some time ago, but nonetheless, since this isn't your first, you're going to start on supervised probation and have you report to the probation department. Since you're here, you can go over there and report right now and then report back as they request. Do you understand that?
I do.
The crime of DUI carries with it certain mandatory minimum penalties in terms of jail time. The mandatory minimum is what the city's recommending. So I can't go below that even if I want to, although you've already served that. You understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
We talked about the license and ignition interlock. And you understand I'm not required to follow the recommendation from the city?
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises other than what's contained in that plea recommendation to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Paragraph 11 of your plea form says, on or around June 7th, 2026 in Lacey, you drove a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and you had a BAC. It was above a .08, but less than 0.15 within 2 hours of driving. Is all that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And for the clerk's benefit, Mr. Sharp, what was the BAC?
We're resolving as a 08, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
We're resolving as a 08 by agreement.
I'll accept your plea to DUI. You reviewed all this with Ms. Grisco there?
I have.
Any questions?
No.
I'll accept your plea, enter a finding of guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol and under drugs. Enter a finding the plea was made knowingly and voluntarily, and we will proceed with sentencing. Mr. Sharp.
Thank you, Your Honor. City would ask the court adopt the recommendation as provided. It's basically the mandatory minimums here. Perrier has resolved this case fairly quickly. City appreciates that. He was out of trouble for a long time. It looks like a good 10 years passed between his last incident, which was a suspended license charge. The fact that, it's been a while, sounds like he's aware of his requirements on this and we're resolving this pretty quickly. He's taken responsibility for it. City believes that bodes well for his rehabilitation. We hope he does well in treatment. This is the last time we see him here in district court. We hope the court agrees that this is a fair outcome.
Ms. Grisco.
Your Honor, this plea reflects the reality of the case and the progress Mr. Perry has made. He's already been relicensed, gotten SR22 insurance, being proactive in this process. We ask the court to adopt the agreed recommendation and to waive any fees and costs due to him qualifying for a public defender. Thank you.
Are you working right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I do construction, remodeling, and I build docks and install boat
Okay.
lifts.
Do you have your own business or do you work for someone else?
I work for somebody else.
Okay. And then, I appreciate the fact that you taken care of the ignition interlock, which is good, got SR22 insurance, which is also good. You've addressed your licensing issues. Have you done any of the things like the victims impact panel evaluation yet? Any of that stuff?
No, I haven't. I'm
Okay. No, I mean, you've done a lot.
Yeah.
I'm asking more of curiosity than anything else.
sir.
And you could work with probation and all of that. All right. Well, I'll sentence you as recommended, be 364 days in jail with 363 suspended, credit for 1 day served. We'll have a $240 probation fee, $43 in court costs. And for the next 2 years, don't have any criminal law violations, don't drive without license or insurance, don't consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances out of valid prescription, don't refuse a breath test, stay out of all bars and taverns. Comply with all rules and regulations with regard to ignition interlock device and license through DOL. Report to the probation office within 48 hours of right now, but since you're here now, we'll give you a copy of the judgment and sentence. You can just walk over there and report right now, building 1. And then if you have time to do that, I would recommend you doing that just to get it out of the way.
I do, thank you.
And then get a DUI victims impact panel and get a drug and alcohol evaluation, comply with whatever's recommended. That's it. Good luck going forward.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. You can take a seat and we'll print that for you. And then Ms. Grisco will bring that copy of that in just a second. Ms. Grisco.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is Miss Sarah Solis Romero,
What time is she scheduled to be here?
8:30, I believe.
There's a final hearing and FTC.
That's right, Your Honor. City had previously moved to revoke because mental health treatment component of this, and I've been working with Ms. Kamari. It sounds like a fairly complicated situation. Ms. Kamari has indicated previously that there was an inpatient commitment for mental health at some point during the life of this SOC. Likely there would have been an aftercare component with outpatient of some sort. It looks like this is a matter where we're just trying to track down documentation as opposed to a non-compliance situation. We're right up against the expiration of the SOC. City has moved already to revoke, but I don't think we have all of the pieces to show compliance yet.
We can set it out, and I think your motion to revoke preserves, doesn't it? Yeah, so if you're asking to set it over, which is what I'm assuming you're asking for also, we
Yes,
can
Your
do
Honor.
that. How long?
I'll have to defer to defense. They're the ones gathering the records.
Ms. Grisco?
Your Honor, I would ask for maybe 30 days.
We can do that. What day is today? Today's August 18th already. How about we go to September 22nd? That's a little bit more than 30 days. So ma'am, we'll reset your court date to September 22nd, and you need to communicate with Ms. Grisco there to see if you can track down the things you need to track down.
Okay.
It looks like this is the only thing you've ever been charged with, so it'd be great if you can get through this successfully so it could be dismissed.
Will that be at 8:30, Your Honor? Hand it over to Mr. Swenson, Your Honor.
Mr. Swenson is not here.
Oh, okay. I have a few.
Okay, so hang on just a second before you do that. Then the ones in court, is that a Mr. Swenson case? Okay, you'll be, when he comes back, we can take your case up. If you have other cases we can take up, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. This is for Miss Starlene Accorda for the, I believe, 8:30.
On for confirmation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any information?
Yes, Your Honor. Pursuant to 3.4, she's given me permission to appear on her behalf. We're still waiting on mental health court to restart. It's starting, I believe, in September. We
On
have
the
all
what to restart?
mental health court.
To clarify, the program director has been out on leave.
Okay.
And so.
Oh, I just didn't hear. So you're asking for more time so she can maybe admitted into mental health court?
Yes,
So do you
Your
have
Honor.
any objection?
No, aside from Speedy, if there's a waiver, no objection.
Yes, there's a waiver of speedy trial in the motion. to
Is today the
continue.
new commencement date?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's 90 days from today, Daisy? Oh, wait, they have a chart. I got a fancy chart here. Okay, it's November 16th. Is that what you said? All right, we'll just reset trial dates then to November 11th. Well, no, it's November 11th, a holiday? It is, isn't it? I'm gonna go November 4th and 5th. Then we can do confirmation on October 20th. And then you'll file a written waiver if one hasn't been filed already.
Mhm.
That's all right. I see it in here.
Okay.
Can you pull it out of the judge's folder, Tracy? Thank you. Next case?
Your Honor, the next one is for Miss Shannon Morton. I believe also from the 8:30. This is for her first pretrial.
And then there's a pre-FTC tracking. Are you just asking to keep future dates set?
Yes, Your Honor, I do have the fire declaration of non-surrender.
Thank you. You can go ahead and file that. And you've been in good communication, obviously, with your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any others?
Real quick, I think we need to address on the Morton case, just because Your Honor said it for today, there was some sort of issue with no contact order. And so this was short set. It's a very fresh case. She's not here, so I don't think.
So
there's any-
nothing's
She
gonna
was
change.
here and I don't know where she went.
At any rate, the city's been in touch with the victim and he's not interested in any modifications.
Okay, then, yeah, if they're not here, obviously nothing's gonna happen. Next case?
This one is for Miss Dolores Alexander, Your Honor, for a competency hearing.
We still waiting for an out of custody. You got an eval? How far do you want to set this out? Have you been in contact with her?
I've been in contact with her
Her
brother.
family? Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, all right. Mr. Sharp, or anyone have a proposed date?
It's out.
Do you have an ETA on the evaluation or? have you
I do
been-
not have
you're
an
not?
ETA,
Okay.
Your
How,
Honor.
when was it ordered?
About a year ago, Your Honor. Well,
It
we
should,
got two cases.
Most recent was in November.
why don't we go out just maybe about 6 weeks? And maybe the next time you speak with her family, find out if they've had any contact with Western.
Okay,
So we can go to how about September 29th. That's 6 weeks. Yeah, September 29th. We could do 8:30 again. Any others?
not right now, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I'm going to step off then for a bit, and then when Mr. Swenson comes back, we can take up whatever cases he has. Seated. Mr. Swenson?
Good morning, Your Honor. Could we start with Julius Koto, please? On the 8:30 calendar.
Mr. Koto, can you come on the Zoom call, please? Activate your camera and unmute.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Hi there. Mr. Swenson, what's happening today?
Your Honor, defense is asking to set, if there's room on Thursday's calendar, we're asking to set this for change of plea on Thursday and to leave trial dates next week.
Mr. Sharp?
No objection to moving it to Thursday for resolution. I guess city's curious why we would preserve the dates for next week. Just logistically, city needs to know whether to call off the witnesses.
Yeah.
Well, we could set it for Thursday and then strike the panel. And then if, well, let me hear, Mr. Swenson, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor. We can strike the jury panel, and we don't need to set a trial date at this point. We can just set it for change of plea on Thursday if that works.
Mr. Sharp?
No objection here.
Okay. Let me find out how busy Thursday is, and more importantly, if I'm doing it. That's not serious, laugh at. What? All right, okay. Okay, what time? How about Thursday at 11? Can you do it then?
Does that work for you, Mr. Koto? That works for me.
Yep, that's fine too.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Koto, we'll see you back here at 11. Have you been getting text reminders of court dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may or may not get one on such short notice, but you need to be here Thursday at 11. Do you understand that?
In person, or can I do it over the Zoom?
You can do it over Zoom. When I say here, I mean, I know it's kind of a weird era we've been in for a few years now. When I say here, I mean in court. So I consider you being in court right now.
So, Mr. Koto, we'll
Understood,
give you the
sir.
information when we talk tomorrow.
And also, I think
Okay.
it might be a different courtroom. I think it's going to be in courtroom number 3. So you might want to let him know that there too, Mr. Swenson.
Yeah, I'll make sure he has the information.
All right. That's it for today. You're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Mr. Swenson.
Your Honor, I see Heather Walker on Zoom, and Ms. Walker is Ms. Canary's client, but we can take that matter, I believe.
What time is that?
Toward the end of the calendar.
Sorry?
I thought it was toward the end of the calendar. I'm having trouble
10.
finding the case.
Is it, I think, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it is. It's 10:30.
10:30?
He's here for a sanction hearing?
Yes, and my understanding is Ms. Walker is currently living in an Oxford house. She's in treatment. The court should have compliance reports for IOP. If not, then could be an issue. But
Is
Ms.
someone
Canary's-
from probation here on this case? Or no? This might have been, all right, give me just a minute. Oh, yeah. Do you see that there's a letter from the Hotel California by the Sea Treatment Program in Bothell?
I mean, city be ready to proceed today, Your Honor. City believes that some sanction is going to be appropriate here due to the gap in treatment compliance. This case originally resolved to an SOC that was revoked due to non-compliance. So there is a pattern here. Originally, the city was seeking a jail sanction. However, Ms. Walker has mitigated that recommendation quite a bit by quickly getting back into compliance. I believe in May, the city saw proof of inpatient engagement. So in order to recognize the gap in the treatment as a legitimate violation, but without being disproportionate in sanction, the city's recommending 20 community service hours.
Mr. Swenson?
Your Honor, defense is requesting no sanction at this time. I would like Ms. Walker to continue her progress in treatment. She's made significant strides recently. I know it's been not entirely smooth, her trajectory, but she's doing really well right now, and I want to see her continue to do well. I'm not sure what her schedule is, but she's in IOP, so quite busy with her treatment. And I think continued monitoring is enough at this point.
So, ma'am, are you working right now?
Yes, sir, I am. I work full-time for Amazon.
All right, I was going to ask what you did. So for one thing, I see the treatment letter from, I'll admit that I haven't heard that name before, Hotel California by the Sea. Do you know how long you're going to be in IOP? It says intensive outpatient for co-occurring disorders, which is good. That's congratulations for getting into that.
Thank you.
Do you know how long of a program that is, or is it open-ended?
It is open-ended. My insurance has approved me through for a year. So I'm looking at probably several more months of IOP.
And then when's jurisdiction? This was a revoked SOC. When was that revoked? And how
May
much
of
jurisdiction?
25, it runs through May of 27, Your Honor.
Say that again?
It runs through May of 27.
Got it. How many hours a week do you work?
I work 40 hours a week. I worked 60 hours last week. I have 45 hours this week.
All right, ma'am. This is kind of a tough one. Mr. Sharp is correct that there's been fits and starts, and I see there's one failed treatment, and now you're back here. But, given the progress you've made with the co-occurring disorder, working full-time, sometimes more than full-time, at this time, I'm not going to impose any sanction. I'm just going to find that there's a violation. You're in compliance now. But if something like this happens again, then we'll probably jump straight to jail time. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I do, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so looks like you're on the right path now. And one other thing is, tell your treatment provider, we appreciate the letter. We need to get ongoing compliance reports. Do you understand that? Have you discussed that with them? Great.
Yes, Your Honor. I will have them forward those to you.
Thank you. That's it for today, ma'am. Good luck going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, you can leave the Zoom call. And Mr. Swenson, any others?
Your Honor, Christopher Zahn is on the 8:30 calendar. He was present earlier, but I'm waiving his presence now. We're on for confirmation today, Your Honor. Defense is requesting a continuance, and I did file an updated speedy trial waiver this morning with an expiration of November 16th.
Was that the individual who was sitting in the front row earlier?
Mhm.
Okay. Mr. Sharp, any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
We'll reset. Did you say that what?
Expiration is November 16th on this, Your Honor. We're requesting for additional investigation and would be fine going out towards the end of that.
Yeah, it'll be November, because we can't, I know Lacey does trials on Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, November 11th, I believe is a holiday. And so we'll go November 4th and 5th, do confirmation on October 20th. Then if something develops or resolution earlier than that, you can contact the court and get it on.
Understood.
Any others?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, on the 20th, do we have a time so I can give my client?
8:30.
Okay, thank you. Stacy Laguana has 3 matters set for pretrial.
8:30 calendar.
I see it. Yep. And then are you just asking to leave current date set?
Yes, I have. Ms. Laguana stayed in good contact with me. She's pending competency still, it looks like, in Superior Court, has a hearing on that September, I think, 19th. I just want to check her next dates. Looks like she's September 21st, and then she's got confirmation on September 22nd. Okay. So yeah, just leave dates, please.
Yeah, no objection, Your Honor. In May, the court clarified that these cases are all in excluded periods.
Okay. Right now, it looks like you got confirmation in September. Okay. Next case. Any others? There's still a bunch at 8:30 that we could just go through the 8:30 cases. How about Oscar Lopez Nix?
We are in custody. We scheduled them to 1:30 today.
They've already been switched over?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Emilio Marcelo, it's a competency hearing. Doesn't a specific pointed on this?
Yes, that's Ms. Kamari's, and we don't have an update on the competence evaluation yet. She notes that he missed the last hearing because he was in the hospital, but hasn't been able to reach him since that last hearing.
Mr. Sharp?
That's a challenge, Your Honor, the contact issue. Back in June, the court ordered a warrant on his failure to appear, but then subsequently canceled it after he contacted the court. If there hasn't been contact since then, I don't see an alternative to another warrant. City requests $1,000.
Mr. Swenson?
I'd point out this is a violent crime.
Well, we could issue the warrant, then you could see if you can track him down, let him know, and then we can quash it through the bench warrant quash hearing, or even through you. Just the issue is contact.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add, unfortunately. Other than this is the only thing I see on his record. But if we can't, we need to get him to court, obviously.
All right. I'll authorize a warrant in the amount of 1,000 cash or bond. Joshua Pratt?
He's in a breakout room, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yvonne Ramirez?
Same with, we're going to be resolving that case today, but he's in a breakout room.
And then how about Anthony Yasko?
I don't have any information for the court today.
He requests $1,000 warrant is first failure to appear.
Warrant to issue the amount of $1,000 cash or bond. And then are there any 10 o'clocks? That's it for the 8:30. We can do 10 o'clocks if some are ready. Otherwise, you can go to your breakout rooms and then I can come back when things are ready.
Let me just double check. We can strike Javin Huntley Kelly, Your Honor. He's in custody serving a sentence on an Olympia matter, and I'm gonna move him to tomorrow or later this week. I'm gonna move him.
Okay, but the trial dates are still set
Oh,
just to, as a
they are.
placeholder.
So yeah, well, let me move him to tomorrow. Yes, thank you. It's confirmation, so I
Okay,
think,
you need to contact the in custody person then to put him on tomorrow.
yeah, I'll do so. And yeah, I don't have anything else.
Maybe able to address the COLA cases.
Which
John?
case?
CULA 10 o'clock.
Yeah, go ahead.
I expect defenses doesn't have information, or at least he's not present.
Arvin Cola?
Yeah, he's at Thurston County Jail, Your Honor. I've had good contact with his felony attorney. But obviously we can't get Mr. Cola to appear from the county jail right now. This has been reset several times at defense's request. Let me just double check.
Does he have Superior Court stuff? Is that what I heard you say?
He does, but actually, I don't see him on the jail roster at.
I have an update with that, Your Honor.
Mr. Kendall, go ahead.
Yes, he was sentenced to DOC, so I had a notification and I contacted them today. He's in DOC custody. They said his earliest release date would be April of 2027. And I don't know if his could be longer, but that's the earliest he'd be out. So he's currently, I think, in Shelton.
And knowing that, Your Honor, it's easier to have him appear through DOC. My office can work with DOC to schedule his appearance. So I would ask for this to be reset, and potentially we should be able to get his presence and resolve this.
Mr. Short?
No, it's challenging. I mean, Lacey's been trying to work with defense on this, given the circumstances. I suppose no objection one time, but they still ask for one.
Do you want to go out about 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think that gives DOC plenty of time.
So we can redo this to September about 22nd, September 22nd.
Okay, at 10 a.m.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, I will reach out to DOC, and it's he's at the Shelton facility, Mr. Kendall.
I believe so. Yeah, that's the intake where everyone gets sent to be.
For something that short, he might not even leave there.
Yeah.
At least that's the way it used to be. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kendall.
You're welcome.
Any others at 10?
No, Your Honor.
We can take them now.
Kennedy Harris. Does anybody have contact? That's competency situation.
Anybody know anything about Kennedy Harris?
Yes, Your Honor, that one we were doing a mental health court referral and just waiting for a mental health court too.
Okay. What are you asking to have happen today?
Do a waiver, a motion to continue with a waiver of speedy trial. She's given me permission pursuant to 3.4 to appear on her behalf.
Mr. Short?
No objection. I assume there's a waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
She said that, yes. So today's the commencement date. We'll reset it to trial November 4th and 5th, confirmation on October 20th. And if you can get something set up with Lacey Mental Health Court before then, you can certainly bring it back earlier.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else at 10? Or I can come back.
We do not have anything, Your Honor.
I'm just be on the other side of the door.
Oh, sorry. What's today? 11. Huh? Because I just
Hi there. Good morning. Ms. Rodriguez, quick note for you on the 1010 SAG Day case. It's actually the victim who's affected. It's a motion regarding the contact order in his name, Christian Pinzon Herrera. We're agreeing for both children. And for that conversation, John Cole is our victim advocate, so she'd facilitate. What's that? Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Ms. Briscoe?
Yeah.
The way somebody's presence is it Mr. Davis?
Mr. Davis? Yeah, his, no, we were on the 8th.
Okay, and there are quite a few new law violations.
Allegations.
Yeah.
I think I'm in sort of kind of okay. All rise. There's some
Oh, you can be seated. You can be seated. Ms. Briscoe?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias, su señoría.
This is Mr. Jose
Comparece el
Encarnacion.
José
I believe the city has a motion.
Mr. Sharp?
Your Honor, as part of a global resolution with a state case, city moves to dismiss.
Mr. Encarnacion, this case will be dismissed.
Este caso,
We'll print a copy of the dismissal order,
copia de la orden desestimando
and then you're free to go.
se podrá retirar.
You're welcome. Or Donata. It's the only Spanish I know, really.
My job is safe.
Yeah, and here it is.
Aquí tienes. Que te vaya bien.
Mr. Malaga, Mr. Edson Malaga, he's on Zoom.
And Mr. Malaga, can you come on the Zoom call, please? Thank you.
He's been waiting for a while, Your Honor, for, I believe, an FTC.
Yeah, Your Honor, we're here because the city has moved to revoke based on no proof of domestic violence treatment. This is an SOC that originally entered in November of 2023. So it came around to the expiration of that. Not yet been done. City, the parties worked together and agreed to extend the SOC by a year.
Did it ever get done?
He currently started August 4th of this year. He was just on a waiting list for a long time.
City's position is that the SOC, it would be improper to extend it again. It's going to expire in November. He's been, that he just recently did calls for a 52-week program. There's no way that he can complete that program and comply with the terms of the agreement. And city's position is that that's a result of his delays. It argues that this is a material breach. We'd ask the court to revoke the SOC today.
Give me just a minute. Ms.
One other quick note. I do have a note from way back in August of 24 that he had done an evaluation that summer recommending a 52-week program. So when that extension was originally entered, the idea, at least from the city's perspective, was that he knew he had to do a 52-week program. We were working with him to give him time to get that completed. Obviously wasn't done and cannot be done now due to the delay.
Ms. And then what about upon revocation, if that were to happen, what would be the city's recommendation? Can this case be closed out given the age?
Well,
There's been no further
if
things.
If the court reviewed the police report, found sufficient facts to enter a conviction, city's position would be that the treatment still needs to happen. That would present the court with, I believe, at least a third domestic violence conviction on Mr. Malaga's record. So we wouldn't be in favor of closing it. However, the opportunity for dismissal, the city believes, has been forfeit.
Right. I understand that. So Mr. Malaga, given the age of the case combined with, it's already been extended for a year, I'm going to grant the city's motion to revoke. Give me a minute to review the form. I'll find that based on the quick review of the police report, I'll find there is a factual basis, enter a finding of guilty, assault, simple assault, domestic violence related. And I've already heard from the cities, I'm assuming cities at this point all suspended jail time. Is that correct?
We'll have to get a quick credit calculation for the court, but yeah, with the same conditions, no new law violations, no possession of firearms or dangerous weapons, abide by the domestic violence no contact order, and I have drafted a post-conviction order I'll give to the court as well as a notice of ineligibility to possess firearms, and then that he followed through on that domestic violence referral.
Ms. Grisco?
Your Honor, we would ask instead due to the age of the case, he is in treatment for probation for a year. Given the amount of time and today's date, it would give him enough time to complete that treatment. It was 52 weeks. He started it on August 4th of 2026, and he is scheduled, from my understanding, from what he's told me, to be done June or July of 2027, but to give him time to complete it and then after close the case. And Mr. Sharp, I think I calculated 2 days, 3 days.
That sounds about right.
Mr. Malaga, anything you'd like to say at this time? My honor. All right, it'll be 364 days in jail with 361 suspended, credit for 3 days served. In the amount of time that has passed, and that you're in treatment now, the term of the suspension will be for 1 year. Don't have any criminal law violations, don't possess a firearm or other deadly weapon, get a domestic violence evaluation, complete that, show proof of that to probation, by October 10th. And given the amount of time, he's going to start on monitored probation since this is from 2023. Doesn't look like there's been anything since then. He is in treatment now. But if there's any hiccups, then we could maybe move to supervised later. But you need to get compliance reports to the probation department. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then a no contact order will also be entered. So you're still under the auspices of a no contact order. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You can get copies of this off the district court website, and good luck going forward.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. La Bastida. Yeah. Lisbeth, La Bastida.
Number 3 on the 10:30 calendar, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is a final hearing on a SOC, Mr. Sharp.
Your Honor, in contrast to the last case, this is an SOC done right. Ms. Lavastida has met all of her conditions. City moves to dismiss.
All right, ma'am. This will be dismissed. Nice job.
Bien hecho.
Looks like your license is still suspended. Do you know what you need to do to get your license?
Para obtenerla. Un examen, pero no he podido entrar al sitio web. An exam, but I haven't been able to get through the website.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Buena suerte entonces.
I'm sure you can pass it once you're able to take it.
Una vez que pueda tomarlo, seguro
And
que
don't
lo pueda
drive till you do.
aprobar y no maneje hasta que lo haga. Okay. Okay.
We'll print a copy of this and then
Imprimimos
you're
una
free to go.
copia y se podrá usted retirar. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, ma'am.
¿Cuál es su nombre, señora? Yajaira Tintín. Yajaira Tintín.
Got it. So this is, you here for Yohara Tintin,
¿Es Yajaira Tintín?
and then you're asking for the no contact order to be
Pidiendo que la
rescinded.
orden de no contacto se rescinda. ¿Sí? Yes.
Is Mr. Tintin here?
¿El señor Tintín está presente?
The name is, no, yo soy Tintín. Pinzón Herrera.
El nombre es Pinzón Herrera.
Oh,
Pinzón Zero.
Comparece por Zoom.
there's also a Yohara Tintin Sagbe. Is that you?
Yajaira
Oh, okay,
Tintín
I misunderstood.
Sagay. ¿Es usted?
Okay.
Necesita decir sí o no, yo no puedo
So
interpretar
Mr.
eso.
Pinzone is the protected party.
El señor Pinzón es la parte protegida.
Sí.
Yes.
In this case is post disposition,
Y este caso es posdisposición.
and there's a motion
Existe una moción
in the file.
en el expediente
It was in Spanish, so I could not read.
y está en español, así que no la pude leer.
Give me a minute. I'm going to ask if the city has any opposition to the request.
Preguntaré si la ciudad tiene alguna oposición a la petición.
It depend on the basis for the request. City hasn't been able to read that either.
Eso dependerá en qué se basa la ciudad, ya que no.
Perhaps Madam Interpreter could read
One
it too.
moment, one moment, I need to interpret that first. I was interrupted. The interpreter requested repetition. I'm sorry. That depends on the.
Contents of the motion.
Eso depende en el contenido de la moción. And Your Honor, the interpreter is asked to do a site translation. However, if the interpreter does a site translation, that creates testimony. So I would be happy to take this document aside and it would manually translate it and,
That'd be fine.
yeah.
I will point out for the court
Señalaré para el juez
that the only
que
condition, the only affirmative condition
la
on the
única
case
condición afirmativa en el caso
was mental health treatment.
será que recibiera tratamiento de salud mental
And there are compliance reports in the court file.
y hay informes de cumplimiento en el expediente.
Sí.
I'll still have her translate that
Y
because I want to
pediré
read
que el
it,
documento se,
or I want to know what it says. I say I can't read it.
el documento se transcriba.
So I'll have you do that.
It's a brief document. I'd be happy to do
Yes,
it.
it did look short. And then we can take some non-interpreter cases while she's doing that.
Casos en lo que yo interpreto ese o traduzco ese documento.
Okay,
Puede sentarse usted.
okay. ¿Me espero entonces?
Mr. Swenson?
Yes, Your Honor. Could we recall Anthony Yasko? He was, I believe, on the 8:30 calendar. A warrant was issued previously, so defense is asking to recall that now. He is present on Zoom. And Your Honor, I updated his telephone number in the chat. He does have a new number. There's a couple
What's
of things
happened today?
Yeah, we're asking for a continuance at this point with the warrant being recalled. I received some updates from the city regarding input from the alleged victim, and then my office has been unable to reach her. So there's just some additional investigation. This should be the last continuance requested by defense, but I think there's additional investigation I need to meet with my client for resolving.
Mr. Sharp?
No objection, Your Honor.
And the new expiration of the speedy trial waiver is November 16th, Your Honor.
November 16th?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do trial on November 4th and 5th, confirmation on October 20th. And then Mr. Yasko, have you been getting text reminders of court dates?
I just recently I have given him my new number, so I will now. Yes.
Well, you need to give it to us first.
I put it in
Unless
the
Okay, and Mr.
chat.
Swenson, did you give it?
Yeah, it's in the
Okay.
chat.
And then you'll get text reminder of your next court. Try and be on time next time.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, you're free to go for today. Maintain contact
right.
with your attorney, though.
Yes, sir. All right.
And then Mr. Swenson, do you have another?
Yeah, Ivan Ramirez, also on the 8:30 calendar, is on Zoom.
What's that?
There should be a form for Your Honor, Ms.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez, here's on
Yes, Your Honor.
this is like a stipulation order of continuance. So, Mr. Ramirez, you're here on the charge of simple assault, domestic violence related. What's known as a stipulated order of continuance, which tells me you and the city have agreed to continue this matter without a finding for a period of 18 months, year and a half to dismissal. The conditions, you don't have any new law violations, don't possess a firearm or other deadly weapon, don't possess a firearm or other deadly weapon, and complete an 8-hour anger management class. Is that your understanding of what's being requested of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand I'm not required, or do you understand if you do those things at the end of 18 months, this will be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you fail in any of these conditions, though, you'll be brought back before the court. Your guilt or innocence will be determined by a reading of the police report. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
So you're giving up your right to a trial, but you're getting the opportunity to have this dismissed so long as you comply with everything, with those things, which are fairly minimal. Do the 8-hour class and don't have any criminal law violations. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you review this entire form with your attorney, Mr. Swenson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions about any of it?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the city?
So make sure that the court caught the weapons prohibition as a condition.
I'm sorry?
Just want to make sure that the court caught the weapons prohibition.
Yes, that goes with it. He's not, while this is pending, he's not to have a firearm. If I omitted that, I'm sorry, but that's another condition. You're not to possess, own, or have under your control any firearms while this is pending. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Sharp?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Swenson?
Your Honor, if the court's going to set a deadline on the anger management class, I'd ask for 3 months. I'm not aware of any in-person anger management courses offered in Thurston County, so I refer clients to a course I know about at Stop in Puyallup. I know they're only once a month. I think Mr. Ramirez may need 3 months to get that done, just to make sure it works with his schedule.
Ramirez, anything you'd like to say at this time?
No, Your Honor. Just I have complete understanding of what's requested from me.
Any sort of monitoring fee associated with this, or is that not part of it?
It'd be $60 in the form.
Okay. So, Mr. Ramirez, there's not a no contact order in this case. I see that. So this will be continued without a finding for 18 months to dismissal. Don't have any criminal law violations. Don't possess a firearm or other deadly weapon. And then do an 8-hour anger management class. Get that into the court by November 18th, which is about 90 days. Do you understand that?
Honor.
All right. That's it for today. You're free to go. Good luck going forward.
Have a good one, Your
And
Honor.
don't put that off. I'd get that. I guess the last thing I'd say before you go is get that done, as soon as you can. So you're not, 3 days before the deadline scrambling around. You right?
All right, Your Honor. Thank you.
You laugh, but that happens a lot, even after I remind people. You're free to go. That's it for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Are we ready to recall that case?
Almost, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Mr. Swenson, if you have another non-interpreter case, we could take that.
Justin Jetton is present in the courtroom on the 10:30 count or.
Por favor, quiero hablar.
Mr. Sir,
10 o'clock
come over and take a seat right there. And then remind me who this is, Mr. Swenson?
Yeah. Justin Jetton on the 10 o'clock calendar, Your Honor.
It's on for a sanction hearing. And Mr. Fujihara is on this case also. Hi there. So this is on for a sanction hearing. He stipulated the violation in June. And so where are we at? Mr. Fujihara, I'll start with you. It looks like we have some treatment reports now.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jetton has been reporting, he's been in compliance. He completed a substance abuse assessment, recommended IOP treatment, at which he is currently enrolled in. So
Okay.
he's in compliance.
Was this just late getting started? Is that why we're here on this calendar?
Yes, I believe so. I don't.
Well,
Well, I'll give you a chance, Mr. Sharp. I'll just let him finish. Okay. And if you're done, I'll hear from the city and then I'll hear from Mr. Swenson. Mr. Sharp, go ahead.
back in June, the city moved to revoke because of CD non-compliance. He was discharged for non-attendance as well as refusing to do a UA. I've just been handed a big old pile of stuff here. I was able to glance through it, but not really give it a substantive read. Looks like an evaluation from July 15th and a subsequent partial compliance report. I do see an unexcused absence noted. So they just started his intensive outpatient program. That's dated, I'm looking, August 6th. Still tough to scramble and try and read through treatment reports, you know, with as the case is being called. We are here for a sanction hearing today. If I could have just a moment, I think I can recommend a sanction for the court. It takes into account the reports
Your
I just
Honor.
received.
Just wait, please.
Your Honor, given re-engagement with treatment, city recommend 10 community service hours as a sanction to recognize the, well, apparently willful non-compliance that got him discharged in the first place. We're glad to see that he got re-engaged with treatment and hope he can stay on a good track with that, but that's not a good reason to have a lapse.
You wanted to say something, Mr. Jetton?
The status report is from July 1st to July 31st. They send out the reports at the end of the month.
Right.
So that's why it's on the 6th.
All right. And then, so here's where I'm at. When was this?
And Your Honor, may I?
Yes, go ahead.
Jetton was discharged from treatment. He's re-engaged now and actually was just placed on supervised probation at his last hearing on June 16th. It sounds like he's doing really well working with Mr. Fujihara and has gotten reassessed and re-engaged in services. Probation goes through, I believe, at least middle of next year. He was set on supervised. I was going to ask as a sanction to put him on supervised probation. That was kind of already addressed before the sanction hearing at the last hearing. So my request is for the court to take no further action at this time, given the efforts that have been made since his last hearing. Obviously, if there are any other issues moving forward, there will be further consequences. But I'm impressed with Mr. Jetton's progress and also with Mr. Fujihara's positive report today.
Mr. Jetton, what's going to happen today is you've been found in violation. Today's on for a sanction hearing. I'm not going, given that you're in treatment now, I'm not going to impose any additional things or no additional jail time. And then I'll just note the violation going forward. You should know, though, if there's any further violations going forward, there will be some sort of consequence, either community service hours. I see you did some jail time on this. I imagine you want to avoid all that.
Right.
And so you can avoid all that by reporting with your probation officer, Mr. Fujihara, and then also maintain your treatment program.
Gotcha.
Good. I hope so.
Right.
And that's it for today. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Do you need him to report to you there today, Mr. Fujihara?
I actually have him down for tomorrow, but if he's available, he can report today since he's here.
Do you want to go by and talk to him today, and then you can take care of the trip tomorrow? You're free to go. You don't. Oh, are those his? Okay. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck there, Mr. Jetton. You're welcome. And then is Ms. Tintin ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on back up. Give me just a moment. So Mr. Sharp, Mr. Pinzon, can you come back on the Zoom call, please?
Señor Pinzón, ¿puede comparecer otra vez en Zoom?
Sí, buenas tardes.
Yes, good afternoon.
translation of what you wrote.
He revisado la traducción de lo que usted escribió.
Anything you wish to add to that?
¿Hay algo que usted quisiera agregar a eso?
Y lo que quiero es que quiten esa orden de restricción porque yo no puedo estar sin ella y necesito establecer mis cosas con ella.
Yes, that I would like that order, that no contact order to be taken away because I need to be with her and I want to reestablish my affairs with her.
Mr. Sharp?
Señor Sharp.
City will defer to the court, Your Honor.
La ciudad defiere al
So,
al juez.
Mr. Pinzone, Ms. Tintin,
Señor Pinzón, señora Tintin.
I see there's been other issues between you two, looks like in the past.
Problemas en el pasado entre ustedes.
Given the fact that you're in treatment now,
Y debido a que usted está en tratamiento ahora,
you appear to be doing fine.
parece que va bien.
Are you getting anything out of it?
¿Usted está
Is it
aprovechando?
good thing
¿Le
for
está
you?
sirviendo? ¿Sí o no, señora? Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rescind the no contact order,
Voy a rescindir la orden de alejamiento.
but it's going to mean it's going to be taken away today, so you can
Es-
have contact with each other.
Eso quiere decir que la voy a retirar hoy, así que pueden tener contacto,
But everybody needs to be on their best behavior.
pero todos tienen que estar con su mejor conducta.
Understand? You hear all that, Mr. Pinzone?
¿Escuchó todo eso, señor Pinzón?
Sí.
Yes.
I'll sign that order, and then once we do that, you're free to go, ma'am. You'll get
Firmaré
a
la
copy of it.
orden y una vez que lo haga, usted se podrá retirar, señora.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
You can thank me by making sure nothing
Me
bad
puede
happens.
dar las gracias
Both of you.
asegurándose de que no pase nada malo.
No.
Nothing bad will happen.
The document is in your 1034.
Mr. Shuki's interpreter, can you hear me?
Should let Mr. Pinzón know.
Your Honor, would it be okay to
¿Lo
let
puedo
Mr.
pagar?
Pinzone over?
Yes, Mr. Pinzone, you're free to go.
Señor Pinzón, se puede retirar.
Gracias.
Ms. Tintin is going to have a copy of an order that rescinds the no contact order.
La señora Tintin va a tener una copia de la orden que rescinde la orden de alejamiento.
He's already gone, but I'll tell you, ma'am, you need to keep this with you for a few days.
Él ya desconectó, pero le voy a decir a usted, señora, que debe conservar esta orden a la mano varios días,
Because sometimes it takes a few days for law enforcement databases to catch up with the orders.
porque a veces tarda varios días en que los agentes de la fuerza del orden reciban el aviso oficial de que se ha retirado la orden. Okay?
Una pregunta.
I have one question.
Yes.
Que mi tratamiento todavía tengo que seguirlo.
Do I need to continue my treatment?
Yes,
Sí,
¿Hasta cuánto tiempo?
I should have said so earlier.
eso lo debí decir antes. And for how long?
Well, for how long it needs to be, I
Para
guess.
cuando sea necesario.
If it's open-ended till the end of the SOC.
Hasta si queda abierto hasta que termine este. Your Honor, may the interpreter be reminded of SOC.
Stipulated order of
Hasta
continuance, the
que
agreement.
se cumpla la orden, la fecha de vencimiento de la orden estipulada.
If, however, your treatment provider comes to the point where she or he thinks it's no longer necessary,
Sin embargo, si el prestador de servicios llega al punto que piensa que ya no es necesario y la van a dar de alta,
and that you've completed whatever you need to do,
y que ha terminado usted lo que tuviera que hacer,
make sure they file that with the court, then you can be done.
asegúrese de recibir un documento o que ellos presenten comprobante o constancia con el tribunal.
Make sense?
¿Sí entendió?
Sí, o sea, voy a seguir mandando mis evidencias al condado de Thurston.
So I need to continue sending reports to Thurston County.
Yeah, absolutely,
Es
yes.
correcto, sí.
Okay.
And you can certainly talk to your provider as to how long they think this will be necessary.
Y
That's
hable con sus
part of the
prestadores
program.
de servicios, pregúnteles cuánto tiempo consideran ellos que va a ser necesario.
Okay.
All right, good luck,
Que le
ma'am.
vaya bien. Buena suerte.
Okay, so the Chukis interpreter, can the Chukis interpreter hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Grisco?
Need to explain to Mr. Yaliza, Your Honor, to join the breakout room with me.
Sinitso pa nga ni Mr. Relisa po patulong lang na breakout room.
Is that Trevor Eliza?
Yeah.
And then I guess the Chukis interpreter needs to go in there too.
Yes. Iwe patulong lang na breakout room inay palmatala.
Hello.
Yeah, Can you repeat that again for him, please, Ms. Maritok?
Opo, tolong lang na breakout room. Umura namin mag-join breakout room.
Yeah, ask him if he understands that.
Umuiwewiti, kapas. Yes.
Okay, great. So is there any other cases that can be done while Mr. Swenson is talking with, okay, he's in the breakout room now there, Ms. Maritok, Mr. Swenson. Looks like there's a David Moore.
Yes.
That's mine, Your Honor. I believe he's in full compliance at this point. He's on Zoom.
Mr. Moore, can you come on the Zoom call, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi there. And then is anybody from probation here with him or Miss?
I think
and
this
Mr.
an
Just
SO.
one?
City strike its motion now.
Okay. All right. So the city's just said they're striking their motion. So it appears like you're in compliance. So you're free to go there, Mr. Moore. Just keep up what you're doing, what you're supposed to do.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rosero, were you able to get in touch with Mr. Esteban Pablo by chance?
Good morning. No, I called him 3 times. He didn't answer the phone. I did talk to him yesterday and remind him that he had a court hearing today at 10:30.
And is that the conjugal interpreter?
Yes.
That is correct.
And so Mr. doesn't look like the person in need of your services appeared here today. So give me just a minute and I'll probably let you go. Mr. Sharp, what's the city's position?
Please, Your Honor, I'm looking it up. Prior warrant on this case, Your Honor, city requests $2,500 warrant. Issue a CD treatment.
Ms. Grisco, do you, I mean, how, has he been reporting there, Mr. Rosero, or
So
not?
I'm having a hard time with Mr. Esteban Pablo. He does speak Spanish, so we get to understand each other. However, it's concerning to probation about his commitment to active probation. I have to case him to make him report to me. He failed to report to me last week. I called him 4 times and then he finally answered the phone and told me that he was busy at work. However, I do have to mention he is enrolled in treatment. He completed his SUE. He's attending treatment with Consejo Counseling. So I will defer to the court on how to address this matter. He's also enrolled into EHM and he completed EHM.
Okay. Oh, I see. He had EHM on the state case. Mr. Sharp. Anything, does that change anything? He's problematic reporting, but he is in treatment, which is good.
Compliance treatment and partial non-compliance, and we just quashed a warrant back in May, which was the last hearing. So the attendance is an issue, and it sounds like probation's having trouble maintaining contact as well. So he's maintaining its request for the warrant.
All right. So I'm going to authorize a warrant, Mr. Rosero, in the amount of 2,500 cash or bond. I'll get to you in a second. Just relax. And then when you contact him, you can tell him he has a warrant. Tell him he can quash that by getting a court date and walking on, but he's going to need to up his game a bit.
Okay, Your Honor. I will make sure to let him know that.
Thank you.
I would also just note from Mr. Rosero, when I talked to Miss Vallejo, I think that's how you pronounce Wendy, from the state, she was telling me that he does, like, he sounds like during conversations, he'll sound like he understands Spanish, but he actually does not understand any Spanish.
Okay, well, that's it for today. So Mr. Wakens, thank you. Sorry for that. I'm waiting around all morning, so for nothing, but thank you anyway. And then Mr. Rosero, you're free to go too, unless you have any other cases.
No, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're welcome.
Do we have any other with Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Get her out of here.
Thank you.
So there's Arnold Ramirez Polito.
No information.
Mr. Sharp.
Active warrant in another jurisdiction, Your Honor, so you request $2,000 warrant.
Warrant of the amount of 2,000. Melvin Vacareno Alvarado. Is that you? Okay, so we do have one. We're looking for treatment.
Aquí estamos verificando tratamiento.
Yes, Your Honor.
Así es, Su Señoría.
Where are we at on that?
¿Y cómo vamos con eso?
Yes.
City has seen proof of compliance.
Visto comprobante de que está en cumplimiento.
City strikes its motion to
Okay.
revoke.
Y anula su moción para revocar.
Okay. It looks like you're in compliance, so you're just free to go.
Así que se puede retirar.
Just make sure that we start getting reports. That's the issue.
Estemos recibiendo nosotros los informes.
You've been doing treatment, which is good.
Es
but we didn't know about it. And so you need to make sure, talk to your provider, make sure they file reports.
El prestador de servicio esté enviando los informes para acá.
Bueno,
está bien. Very well, thank you.
You're free to go.
¿Se puede retirar?
And I
Thank you.
think you are too, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then you in the black t-shirt, what's your name? Say that again, please. I'm gonna need to be a little bit louder. Got it. What time are you scheduled to be here? What time is it? I don't see it. You put it back on. Let me- Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. See you. Bye.
Is it up there, Casey? 11. Ms. Davis?
Lucas James Davis.
Give me just a moment. This case wasn't on my, looks like on the 17th.
It was originally on the published calendar, Your Honor, and then mistakenly, we believe Mr. Davis is in custody this morning, so it got moved, but here he is.
And then they want it, but now they reset it for September 8th at 11 a.m. So what's the issue here?
We have a bit to address this morning, though, is the thing. Now, because it wasn't on there, I've got to pull it up independently. We have several new law violations to bring up. City has previously moved to revoke probation based on no proof of compliance with mental health treatment, new law violation ending in 9127, which is resolved to a conviction. We also have included casing in ending 2746 in that original motion. That's out of Centralia. That case has an active warrant. Cases involve, they're all charges out of Olympia. I'll just list the dates. City's adding these to its motion to revoke. We have a trespass charge from June 16th. We have a theft and malicious mischief charge from June 1st. Charge from July 1st, that last one. Assault fourth charge from July 24th, and 2 charges of violating an exclusion order is how I read that, from August 9th. Excuse me, that's a violation of an order restricting contact, so VNCO, and I see that there's an active no contact order on that assault charge. So I looked through the docket text on those Olympia cases. It looks like he was originally held on bail. The court recently revised that to release. Not sure the reason for that. City has concerns over this active warrant and the nature of these new law violations. We have a situation where the court could make a partial finding based on the mental health treatment issue, as well as that one case that it's resolved to conviction. That would leave several cases still dangling. City attempted to resolve this all together this morning. Looks like we're not able to do that. Question is whether the court should impose some bail.
So what looks to me like what happened is he had refused a few times. That's why he was held. And then when he finally did appear, then he was released. Probably that's what happened. So it wasn't like they changed anything. It was his first time. So I'm not inclined to take him into custody at this time.
For today's City is adding those new law
That's fine.
violations.
And we can reset this. And then I guess the question to you, Ms. Grisco, how far out do you want to go?
I was hoping to just keep that date,
September 8th?
Yes, Your
We
Honor,
can do
so
that.
that's
You want to print it? Can we print a copy? So your next court date is September 8th. It's about a little less than a month, a couple of weeks. So you've been having some trouble here.
Yes.
And so the city is, throwing around the idea of setting bail and taking you into custody, which I've already told you I'm not going to do. But if there's any other violations, we might. Do you understand that?
Sure.
So no more problems.
Okay. Checking mental health and getting my meds.
Do you know when your next court date is in Olympia?
First.
What's that?
First.
Of September?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're right.
8:30.
So these will be on the 8th.
Excuse me, Judge. Sorry to interrupt. My apologies.
That's all right.
Can Mr. Davis, can you have him report over to probation when he's done there?
I can. You go over to probation, meet Mr. Taylor here when we're done here right now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Do you know how to get over there?
Yes.
Upstairs and all that?
Yeah.
Great. We'll see you back here on the 8th. Mr. Taylor, he said he's on his way.
Thank
Or
you.
will be in a minute. Go to probation right now. Okay, so Mr. Swenson, what's happening with Mr. Eliza today? And
Mr.
Ms.
Swenson, me topo för remete försrenan Mr. Gleason ikano.
Your Honor, I guess I didn't see a July report in the court file when I checked. I just wanted to confirm the court has not received a July compliance report.
Iwe so kapo ngayon imosen kile pues sa more metimiore lanan court file ren an ko sukulon sula iwe imosen kile remior mitorngan kami.
I see a partial compliance. Looks like it was filed on July 13th.
Iwe mior miore po ekasak miawe si so unus nga file ni sulay ngolmel.
Looks like we're chasing sober support groups.
Iwe renan ko sober support group ko kan fiti ren pekan sukul.
That's correct, Your Honor. And in speaking with my client, he's still engaged in treatment at Northwest Resources and has caught up on those sober support meetings.
Mi pong so kapong lupanay kapas nga na yan client na rami siya sa pasapalala itilara na Northwest Linian sukulakan fitiran na support group.
Status reports are generally sent out around the 10th of each month.
Ren report ren met miawese kan ititan maramlon ng oli naton rakantinga.
File, Northwest Resources does have an ROI for the court.
Ngay ngolete ren kan file ren enalienita Northwest Mayor Metor rakan sotingan ay court.
And has been sending those reports, but I'm not sure why the July report has not been sent yet.
Ititan irmikan saktingi kana report iwiso itipata fani sulay rasomotingi yan.
He's meeting with his counselor on Thursday of this week, Your Honor, and I asked him to follow up on this.
Iwala ni arwanu na posuri no kansala riwe ina imi palawe ngani po kapas ngani ayak parosana kana report.
And I am hoping it's just a paperwork issue, but defense is asking for a 4-week continuance to sort it out.
Ay siya kanian po siya palme fetelang toropo arapatingi ngay patungor pa sa pumupala amatangan ay murun ruanu week pa sa pagkita parosan.
Mr. Sharp.
Mr. Sharp.
Your Honor, we're here for a sanction hearing today.
So kapung rene arong rene ta sa pangani lunan ane sa OSR sa ponita mitsingan.
The court found the violation back in April and we reset to track for potential mitigation.
Mia pungala po mia tayo likon kolon April na patayo sa palamata rena support kilomet sa pangani ren meta sa tao.
He was sentenced in August of last year.
Ano ang pantipis lono akos lono yaralo.
And didn't even do an evaluation until late April at the earliest.
US sa tonga ni awasi ano evaluation tori emimang milang nila sa palon April.
We continued to allow him to build a good track record and show that he's motivated to comply with probation.
Yo kisimi so perale mutngani ano po me asosong ni le ferry metake po ngani kasngami aponu tay metake simiano muon ren pekan probation.
And yet the court file has a report indicating that he's not in complete compliance.
Ngay na mayor met report milang ni court mi afat po mi ferry kos ngese unus aresa awase monson.
City's position is that the mitigating value of his efforts is fairly minimal.
Yo ren me pekan atipis ren metas ngolete po metakana ferry ekasakasa unus.
This is a serious case, Your Honor, a DUI.
A case milikap so kapong fenitanil TUI.
It did involve a collision.
Ni palpasolongan orak setet.
For him to not engage in treatment for such a long period of time is a matter of public safety.
Mi tam fanso na sa mutur mo poputele fitian ka treatment mi palme afiyanga ni namun aramaslikon ren metas aponute.
3-day sanction with electronic home monitoring authorized.
Pisumosyan si polenganay eli krenen kalupus loni mo po na luonan nanis awese me ferry metakurun singani.
So the lateness and the lack of sober support, that's basically the violations.
Yo renan mang me ese unus sukul me support pa fiti na metana ese ponute.
At this point, we have a year without CD treatment compliance, Your Honor, so yes.
Those two things are the non-compliance.
Loye wira so kono no salem unus metakosinga ni sokapong. When mi meru metakana sa yon au no sama awesi.
And Mr. Swenson, you say you're of the position that he's caught up on sober support meetings?
Mr. Swenson metanaw ko rapoi mi so poila mi pop me aunu sa me tako kan fitiran ako support group meeting.
And what he's telling me, Your Honor, we do need to see the July report.
Ina me te rangan nga mia siya support warrior reports minan sulay.
We'll reset this for 6 weeks to see if you can show that.
Iyo sipola matanga na muruno no week po siponga la remito nga na tolong ka na toropuan po arate nga mi unus met mi fiti.
It is true that this is a serious offense, about as serious as we get in district court.
Kung po mi likap mete ren meto office renane case ren district court.
And although he was charged with this once before, it was dismissed.
Aremo mi paloro e ayaw na tutur mi pa itolong mi nga mi katurula.
This was his first offense and only offense as far as I can tell.
Iwa ye ayaw na tutura patolong usun metayo repo ye siyak met an case mior.
It happened in February, the end of February 2025.
Efis leso palan February lano runga ruemelumo.
No problems since.
Iwa sange na tuntore ye samo paloro sukosuk aremet mi pa ifis mur.
He's in treatment now, at least that part of it's not in dispute.
Iwa ren ye semikele po me mi fiti treatment sa palor met papaitolong po mi me fat po mi fifiti.
So I'll give you a chance to show what you've done, which may not affect the city's recommendation, but that's where we're at.
Palngono ke chen sa se po tu atla po se po re toro po are mi pung pong mi so po se po la le fitinga e sor me te pal angawala osuk suka me te mi tolong sang ipe kana tipis renar tungor.
Your next court date will be October 13th
Na ren court po fisi se felon October ngol melu.
at 10:30.
Engole so place sor.
You may go.
Yo atonga ne te.
And you may too, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go. And then we can go through the no-shows.
I have a couple of 3-4s first, Your Honor.
Okay, I think, why don't we just go, I just have a few. Let's just go through my calendar, what I have is blank. And then if there are no-shows, we'll probably get a warrant. If there are 3-4s, you could tell me that. Joshua Pratt.
Yeah, he's a 3-4 at this point, Your Honor. He was present earlier. I've been discussing this with Mr. Sharp a bit this morning. I think it's agreed for today to strike the jury panel and reset to next Thursday change of plea if we have room on that calendar. That's his request.
Next Thursday, as in the day after tomorrow?
No. 1 week from August 27th.
When are the trial dates?
Just erased them.
Next week.
Okay, and then, well, what's the waiver situation? Is you file a waiver?
I will, Your Honor.
Mr. Sharp?
No objection with that waiver, Your Honor. We do appreciate the court accommodating a quick turnaround so we can get this resolved.
We can do it on August, if it's fine with you, it's fine with me. August 27th, later in the morning at 11. And then Joshua Beacon.
Yeah, I have good contact with Mr. Beacon, Your Honor. He's appearing through counsel this morning. I filed a speedy trial waiver. This will be the last defense request for continuance here, but Mr. Beacon would like to discuss some things with me before resolving the case or deciding to go to trial.
Mr. Sharp?
Objection, Your Honor.
All right. Is today the commencement date?
Yeah, November 16th. I do not want to go out that far though, Your Honor.
Okay. We go to October?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do trial on October 7th and 8th, confirmation on September 22nd. And then the next one is James Sweeney.
That one is Miss Mary's client. I don't have any information.
Mr. Sharp?
Waiting on the database, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I'm just waiting on the database. One moment, please.
Hey, thing has been exceptionally slow lately.
Can't keep
We
up
think
with
it's
this.
because of the new case management system being employed in other jurisdictions. That's our theory. We're sticking with it. But it's happening to everybody. But Mr. Sweeney?
Prior warrant this case requesting $2,000 warrant for failing to appear today.
On each case, or 1,000 on each case for a total of 2?
2 on each, Your Honor.
Okay, 2,000 on each case. And then Jamie Viamontes. Anything?
Swenson's, I believe.
Yeah.
You guys need to go into a breakout room to discuss this?
I don't have any information.
Does anyone check the jail roster? I can do that real quick.
Did you say you did?
I'm checking it right now.
Okay. I think that's the last one.
Oh, last we saw her, she was held by Olympia on new charges. PR'd on ours with motion to revoke. Looks like all the Olympia cases now have warrants, and so does, 4 of them. She's requesting $1,500 warrant.
Warrants will issue $1,500 in each case. And according to my calendar, that's it. Does anybody have any unaccounted for?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we got it in by noon.
Thank you,
Looks like
everybody.
with 37 seconds left. All right, see y'all later.